All right, what's up, fuckers? This is the episode 2 of the Metalhead Offensive podcast. And honestly, we didn't really think that we would get this far, but we're episode 2, and we appreciate everybody who's taking the time out to go to YouTube and listen to us bitch about it on our Facebook pages about how you need to go check it out. And every single view means a lot to us. You guys have no idea. And like I said, we do this with our own money. If we do it for free, we don't really have any sponsors yet. So the more views we get, the more people we got talking about it, the better show we can give to you, and we're trying to make as best show as we can. So we just want to say thank you again to everybody out there listening this week. We're gonna have that. We're recording on Tuesday night. We should have this up hopefully by Wednesday morning, Wednesday afternoon. So if you want to get a hold of us, you can always contact us via email at metalheadoffensive@gmail.com, or you can tap into our Facebook page, which some of you already belong to, I hope. Or you can contact us if you know us personally. You can contact us on our own personal Facebook pages. So anyway, we're going to start right off, and we're going to do our beer of the week as we always do. Last week was the Windmere Brewing Company out of Portland, Oregon. They did have the Drifter Pale Ale, which, Pete, that was fucking amazing. That was fucking amazing, wasn't it?
That was good.
Yeah, I quite enjoyed that. And honestly, the beer of the week this week I wanted to have last week, but the liquor store that I went to didn't have it in yet. It wasn't around. So, excuse me. So this week I actually went to a different liquor store, Universal Liquor Lounge. It's well, I don't know if that's the name for it now. It used to be called that. Now I think it's called the Orbit 19 Liquor Store, whatever the case
Lounge,
may be.
yeah.
It's on for
Lounge,
people who live here locally. It's on the corner of Alt 19 and US 19. That's the liquor lounge. That was the bar that we've always been to. That was the bar that I tried my first beer in. That was the bar my brothers and I went to and got shit-faced. Super Sarah, Mary, Carly, all the bartenders that worked there. Fucking amazing girls, amazing people. So that's my friend Mary again.
They have a lot of local bands and stuff come through there. A lot of weird bands and stuff.
Monday nights
cool
they have open mic
out.
night and stuff too. So they do a lot of cool shit. They got a lot of they're always Dadia the owner always inviting people down to the shows, and they got a lot of good shit there. It's a really cool place. And anyway, this week's beer of the week is the Third Shift Amber Lager. It's out of Fort Worth, Texas, and Trenton, Ohio. It's distributed by the Miller Brewing Company, but it's not actually owned by them. They just have the rights to distributorship. But it is the Amber Lager, and I'm going to have some right now real quick. And it's fucking amazing. I mean, if you're big, that's one thing we preach here. I mean, don't just, Bud Light, Bud Platinum and all those other beers are really good, but you got to get beer that actually has a flavor to it. I mean, that's how you really start to enjoy beer and how the different, things that go into making beer. And I'm a nerd. I'm just going to go ahead and fucking say it. Pete, you're a nerd too.
Yep, unfortunately. That's how it goes.
So, the Third Shift Lager is a really good beer. It's an amber beer, amber lager. So, it's really good, really flavorful. And I definitely think you should try it out. Go to the Universal Liquor Lounge, Orbit 19 liquor store. Go over there, check it out. They got it right in the back in the cooler, ready to go. Along with that, they got a lot of other craft beers too there as well. So we're going to be previewing those in the next weeks to come. So anyway,
if you like this beer, if you like something, the darker beers like Killian's, or even Amberbach, which is a little darker and harsher than this. But
yeah, Amberbach's got chocolate in it, which a lot of people like.
Yeah, so. If you like those types of beers, if you like Killian's especially, I think is real quick off the top of the head comparable, then you'll probably love this.
And the thing about Killian's too is it's got a hard flavor to it. Like you can definitely tell you're drinking an amber lager. This Third Shift lager actually goes down real smooth. It's not it doesn't hit you it doesn't hit you real hard like a lot of darker beers usually do. If you're not into hoppy beers,
it's a good commercial beer. Like it's a good gap closer between the commercials, the high, massive produced beers like Miller and Bud and all that stuff.
It's that
versus the craft beer. Like a lot of people don't bridge that gap because the flavors are too strong.
It's a bridge
like
beer.
Said, the hops are too strong and they're not used to it. This is a good kind of a intermediate beer between that. Like it's not real harsh, not real strong, real easy to push commercially. I think a lot of people will drink this.
Honestly, it's a bridge beer. I think, just to me, it's a bridge beer. Which I totally mean if you're not, if you like, the lighter beers like Bud Light, Miller Lite, things like that, then you want to kind of go to the other side and start trying some craft beers. This is a good beer to start off with.
Or even if you just want to try a darker beer and you're tired of the the light piss beer. And you want to try something dark. This is good.
This is a good bridge to get you into the cool stuff
that you'll drink, and you can drink a lot of it because it's not, like we were saying, it's not overly hoppy, or it doesn't have a ton of really heavy malt flavors or weird chocolate notes that sometimes people freak out about.
So so definitely go. I'm sure that anywhere around here might have at your local liquor store they might have it, but I know for this week we got it at the Universal Liquor Lounge in Holiday. So definitely go check it out. Definitely go to the Liquor Lounge too. It's a really cool chill bar. Like I said, Super Sarah works there in the week. Mary, my badass little friend Mary, she works there at nighttime too. So go and check them out. Tell them the Metalhead Offensive Podcast sent you down there. Pete and Chris, definitely a cool place to chill out. If you it's not like a gangster. There's not a whole lot of gangsters, not a whole lot of drama. It's just basically just real cool people chilling out, drinking, and having a good time.
Yeah, if you're in Pasco, Pinellas, definitely go hang out there a few nights a week. There's some cool cats coming there.
Exactly, definitely. They do a lot of cool stuff. So
just shout out to my buddy Sean. He goes there a lot, and my buddy Andrew. They go there a lot. So we go.
Yeah, good people, good times. That's basically how we want to roll. Another thing too is this is going to be a music-heavy show today, folks. So we're going to be reviewing some new music that came out. The new Killswitch record came out today. We're going to be going over the Seven Dust record, which came out last week. We're also going to be going over the new Soilwork record. And also we're going to be doing basically a band that I accidentally found on iTunes when I was cruising for Flaw and Seven Dust stuff. They're called Digital Summer. They were on, from what Pete told me today, they were on 98 Rock and the Cage Cult Showdown. So hopefully they're going to start getting big because they're a really good band. The name's just a little weird to me, but they're still a good band, I think. So, and we're going to be talking about Stone Sour and stuff like that too. They got a new record coming out real soon, and so we're going to go over the stuff that we've already heard. We'd messed up a little bit and didn't do our homework, so.
We're good. I got this.
We didn't really do our homework. We were going to plan on doing Stone Sour's new album too, but we didn't actually have a chance to get to it. So, but we're also going to do a bunch of other things tonight too. We're going to have the rant of the week, which will be by me about fucked up relationships, and there is some before we get going on the next thing. There is something I want to talk about. I'm such a troll when it comes to this stuff, so I've been wanting to find out what people think of the podcast and things like that. And the people that I worked with, they are all digging the show, and they were all like listening to it at work, which just to have an idea, then 3 weeks later it becomes reality, and you have a show that's on YouTube. You're with your buddy, and you're talking about the things that you all of a sudden were just thinking about while you're at work, and you're like, oh man, I wonder if we can do this. And now it's fucking happening, dude. It's fucking happening. And that's totally unreal to me. Like it's never anything I've ever wanted. It's never really happened that quick. So I'm glad that we're all here, and I'm glad that everybody's listening. So I'm sorry, I'm being fucking cheesy, bro. Like I don't want to reach through the fucking mic and give everybody a circle jerk, but
it's fun, man.
But it's definitely cool to hear things that you recorded and things that how you're feeling. So people are like, man, we really dig your show, and we can't wait to hear for the next couple episodes, and seeing everybody liking the page. And not everybody I sent the invites out to like the page, which is okay, but I don't really care. But having 60 views on YouTube, I mean, that might not sound like a lot to everybody else, but that's fucking huge to us, especially when we didn't expect to get anything. So that's why we always expect the least, and when we get stuff that's out of the park, we totally respect it. So So, like I said, another cool thing would be, like I said, we've been a lot of cool comments about the show and different things. And one thing I heard from a friend of mine named Amanda, she lives out in Orlando. So she mentioned that we did say the word cunt a lot last week. You remember that, Pete? I think we said cunt.
I think we opened with cunt.
Yeah, I think within the first,
and then cunt, where I think we're 2 out of the first.
I think the first 3 sentences we said were iTunes. I was like, "What's up, fuckers?" And then iTunes is a cunt. Like within the first paragraph, we've already said cunt. So we're gonna try to not say that word as much this week. I hope, unless it comes fucking boiling out. Which I
why?
Really don't
What's
care.
wrong with the word cunt?
I don't know. I'm not gonna change. I'm just gonna say.
I know it's like one of those words you're not supposed to say, but then again, so is fuck. So.
Yeah, but there's so many different levels of fuck that we could say. It really doesn't matter anyway.
Well, you could just, fuck's like a catch-all, man. You can do everything with the
word
fuck.
It's a diverse word, I think. So,
What's
but okay.
up, fuckers? So 3 words in, 1 down.
Yeah, 1 down.
And then we're 10 minutes or so in right now, and we knocked cunt off the list. What's next?
Yeah. So anyway, we're gonna do. Obviously, we try to support as much as the local local things as we can. Like I said, we were giving props to the Liquor Lounge and Universal Liquor for supplying our beer of the week this week, the Third Shift Amber Lager. Also, too, we, as being as metalheads as we are and being rock and roll guys, you need to support your local rock and roll scene, your local metal scene, whatever the case may be. Whatever local scene you got going, go out, go to fucking shows, pay the $10, $5, $10, $12 at a fucking bar, and watch your fucking friends throw down. My brother Josh is in 3 bands. I don't know how he finds the fucking time. Like, he's in 3 fucking
I know,
bands.
I couldn't
dude.
imagine having 3 jobs. I mean, I like having multiple jobs, but I couldn't. Yeah,
He has a job during the day, and then
props to him.
he has 3 bands that he does fucking off and on. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
like I can't. I mean, I can't even picture that. Like, doing this and having my normal job and then doing
He's
this
got my
podcast a
respect.
lot.
He's doing what he wants to do, and he's working and fucking doing what he's got to do on that end.
He has an
too,
8 to 5 job, dude, that he works fucking all day, every day, and sometimes on Saturdays, and fucking then he goes and does this. So, anyway, like I said, go out there, support your local metal scene, local rock and roll scene. My brother Josh, like I mentioned before, he's in a band called Hoist the Colors. They're playing at Insomniac's Bar, I believe, this Saturday. So, go out. Cover's never that much down there. It's a cool place. It's wide open, so you'll have plenty of room to sit and stand around and do what you got to do. Beers are real cheap, too. They got PBR on tap, which is, to me, that's the only beer that's ever really given me a hangover. It's because it's cheap. Who cares? I don't fucking care. It's a good beer. But they got other beers there, too, and the place is real cool, real chill. Like I said, and Josh is in a band, like I said, called Hoist the Colors, and it's one of those bands, like, when you see them get up on stage when they're with other bands, that, like, you ever go to a show, Pete, let me ask you this. When you ever go to a show, like, say, at the State, and you see, you're there to see the headliner, obviously, and you might know a couple of the opening bands, but there's always the 1 or 2 opening bands where you're not really sure if they belong right there.
Yeah,
you ever get that feeling?
9 times out of 10, when you get a random opening band like that, you're like, okay, who the fuck are these guys?
Yeah. And why are you doing here?
And why are you associated with this act?
Yeah.
And it's because they know them, or they're trying to help a buddy out, or they're on the same label, or whatever it is.
Yeah, they're label mates, or they're all from the same
Usually
town.
when I hear there's an opener, I never expect much. I just kind of check it out. Maybe you'll be surprised, and it's something that you look into further. But 9 times out of 10, if I go to a show, you don't even know who the opener is.
And a lot of people
the real
don't even
opener, not like the if there's multiple headliners.
Yeah.
Usually there's like Zombie will be the main guy, and then Korn will open for him, and then Shit on a Brick will be the real opener. And nobody knows.
Well, and that's the thing. A lot of people don't show up for the opening bands. But me, I'm such a nerd. Like, I want to see all the bands. Like, if I'm paying $20 for a ticket, exactly. I want to see all the entertainment I can for that $20. A lot of people will buy the ticket and only see the last 2 bands because they're the only bands that matter. But where I was trying to go with this is when Hoist the Colors plays, there's a couple. They usually play third or fourth. They'll headline or they'll play third, and they're one of those bands especially when you go to a different show and you see these opening bands, they're kind of not supposed to be there. But when you start to get to the guys that are playing the third and fourth band, or even the third band and then the headliner, or whatever the case may be, or these guys are here. They have a presence on stage that they're supposed to be there.
Yeah, they have a sound that's
all their own.
Down. Yeah, they're not working out kinks and tweaks.
Yeah,
and going
they've already got it.
Shit.
They already got their show. They got how it's supposed to go. And when they get up on stage that they're going to fucking throw down. There's just that vibe that comes in when you go see a live show, that these guys are supposed to be here, and I'm going to pay attention, and I'm going to go fucking buy their merch. I'm going to go buy their CDs. I'm going to go fucking, their next show, if it's local or wherever the case may be. And Josh's band, Hoist the Colors, is just like that. Mike Manning's the vocalist. Tommy Bigler is on bass. My buddy Jeff Dorso is on drums, and Kenny Day's on guitar. Fucking awesome dudes. I mean, I can't even express this enough. They're fucking everybody in that band's fucking incredible. And last time I went to go see them play in Insomniacs a couple weeks ago, and they fucking throw down. Like everybody left after they played. Everybody in that whole building, there must have been probably 50 or 60 people there. I mean, yeah, it's a small venue, but 50 or 60 people to see your band play is fucking cool to us. So. But everybody left after they weren't even the headliner. They played third or fourth, I think. There were 5 bands on the bill. Everybody left after they fucking got off stage because they already outdid every fucking buddy on the show.
Okay, there's nothing. We're good.
Yeah, we're done. We saw who we came to see.
Yeah.
So like I said, Josh's band Hoist the Colors are playing this Saturday in Insomniacs. go down and see the show. Cover can't be more than $5 or $10. I think when I saw them a couple weeks ago on a Saturday, it was $5. They give you a wristband to check your ID, and beers are not that expensive. I think it was like $3 for a bottle, $4 for the imports and shit.
Well,
so
shit, if you're worried about beer money, shit, just buy a 6-pack.
Yeah.
Sit in your car and
Pre-game
slam
before the
shit.
show.
Yeah. Get your buzz worked up if you're hell bent on getting drunk. That's what we used to do back in the day. We'd go
pre-game
in a 6 or 12 pack, and like you said, pre-game it. Sit in the car, put the music on. If it's a show we're gonna go to or something similar, we'll turn the radio up, slam a bunch of fucking beer, and then go into the show ready to roll.
Then we do only buy 1 or 2 beers, and then you're good to go. Then you're right where you need to be.
Then you don't need to blow $20 on beer. You just, like you said, 1 or 2 and you're good. It's like going to a fucking Bucks game, dude. It's like $10
Who's gonna pay fucking $9 for a beer, bro?
Go fuck yourself. Yeah. I mean, you guys suck anyway. I'd rather sit in the parking lot and drink a 6-pack and then go in there and fuck you, give me a hot dog for $9. Especially after you get a
fucking
little
reach around
get a
for
little
fucking
buzz
$9.
going, dude. Last thing you want is another beer. You want a fucking hot dog. Unless it's 90 degrees out, then you want another fucking beer.
Dude, as a kid, bro, remember I told you how my parents used to clean, I mentioned this on the last week's show, that when I was younger, I went to private school. My parents used to clean the school to help pay for the tuition, which was cool. When I got older, I went for my senior year of high school, I went to Clearwater Central Catholic. My parents did the same thing. And fucking, I had to work, like, to help. They didn't just make the parents do it, they made the students do it too. So I had to work at fucking Raymond James Stadium. Fucking like for like the George Strait concert or some bullshit, or like Bucks games and stuff. It was fucking weird. Like
doing what? Cleaning up piss
No,
bowls?
fucking working in the concession stand.
Oh, nice.
So like I was tapping beers and fucking making sandwiches and shit, and it was great. And then I remember I didn't have to pay for any of the food. They were like, hey, you guys can eat whatever you want for free. Have fun.
Nice.
And
of course, at that time, that's all you really want.
Exactly. And my dad, who's a fucking asshole, he was working up in the front.
That's how you really feel.
He's a fucking prick. I don't even know where the guy is. So anyway, like I was in the back making sandwiches and drinking beer when I was like 16 years old.
Nice.
So like he didn't know. Like then he smelt it on my breath and got all pissed off. Which I can fucking care less about it now. Who cares? Like what do you expect me to do? Like I'm around fucking 20 kegs of beer. You're spending $7 a fucking little cup of beer to go pour your shit.
Nobody's really paying attention.
And
to
like I remember. Doing. I wasn't supposed to serve as I was only I was under 18, so but they needed the help. We were by the end of the Bucks game, like we were the last place that had beer. So everybody's word of mouth in it and shit and coming up to us and like, I need a beer. And we had like 3 kegs left and that was it. We were just going through it and I was pouring people beer and I'm like, I remember the guy that was our boss, he's just like, you're not supposed to be doing that. I'm like, do you see anybody else here helping?
Yeah.
He's like,
you fucking do it then, buddy.
Yeah, you have fun. Instead of standing there watching me, fucking do it, you know? So, yeah, that was a fucking other tangent. We just went off on.
Instead of sitting in the corner with your dick in your hand, get to work, asshole.
Instead of fucking pulling your pud in the fucking freezer, fucking get over here and give me a hand.
I never really thought about it until now, but the sheer volume of fucking beer that a place like that must go through, like a big stadium nuts, venue.
Bro. We were one of like 30 fucking concession stands, and we had literally, there was coolers big as this apartment, and fucking full of kegs. Just full of fucking kegs. And they must have been at least 30 or 40.
When you walked in, you saw it all. Did you hear like the angels singing?
I heard the trumpets
and shit.
Like I heard like all the Valhalla stuff. It was great. Yeah, it was pretty.
Fucking dropped a load in your pants.
Oh, dude, I was fucking. I had to go change my underwear, bro. I had a fucking 3/4 chubs.
I don't blame you, dude. I would have got chubbed.
It's fucking incredible. Yeah. So anyway, that was another fucking tangent we just went down. All right, good.
Local show.
Yeah, local shows. Get out there, support your local metal scene, your local rock and roll scene. Those boys need it, and fucking sleep with a musician every now and then. God damn it.
Yes, ladies.
Get out there.
They don't always have enough money to eat and drink like a normal man would. So the least you could do is
share your vagina.
Feed the dick.
Feed the dick. Exactly. Go balls deep and feed the dick.
That's a good T-shirt slogan for an up-and-coming band. Feed the dick.
Like that should be like on those on the posters for the upcoming shows.
I should just have a twisted marketing thing. That
you should have like your own T-shirt diner that they have at fucking Countryside Mall. Like feed the dick, that'd be up like on a mannequin.
Oyster colors, and on the back it just says feed the dick. I don't know how many people would buy that.
It doesn't really matter anyway. Just that we can get to show it off. But anyway, like I said, ladies, sleep with your musician every now and then sleep with the people that go to those shows. Okay, like don't hold your vagina hostage. Okay, fucking if you think some dude's cool, go fuck him. Who cares? Okay, obviously don't be a whore.
When you get older, you'll thank us because you'll be like, I remember when I was younger and I was boning all these cool rock stars and shit.
Exactly. Then you got a story to tell.
You don't have to really tell your kid that they weren't really rock stars. They were just fucking posers that jammed in a fucking garage. They don't need to know that. You can just tell them.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At least you'll have a story to tell. You know what I'm saying? And that's all life is anyway. Is the stories that are told afterwards. You have a story. Exactly. So anyway, like I said, go out there, support your local metal scene. Hoisted Colors is playing this Saturday at Insomniac's Bar, right next to Bourbon Street in the lovely town of I can't do that without laughing. I'm sorry. The shady ass fucking town of Newport Richey. There's so many fucking rotten people in this town. God. But anyway,
if you don't mind dodging pill heads and sidestepping a knife here or there, you can come to Newport Roxy and go to a show.
That's just at the Taco Bell across the street. But
I think it's shanked by a Mexican.
So terrible.
That's all right.
But anyway, so like I said, go out there, support your local metal scene, sleep with your musician, fucking buy him a beer, do something. These guys are working hard to provide some good entertainment for you. So go out there and throw down with them, okay? So, Pete, we're going to be, like I said, this is a pretty music-heavy show. So far, we really talked about all music so far, and that's what we're going to do. But there's a lot of great upcoming shows too, not only just the local stuff and the national bands that are signed. And Pete's going to go over that too. We're going to do a lot of the upcoming shows that are coming up. If you're really into metal, heavy metal, rock and roll, doesn't really matter. There's a lot of great shows coming up in the next month. So, Pete, you want to go from there?
Yeah, man. All right, here's the deal. I'm going to give you the rundown. For all you cock teases out there, you want to listen to some good rock and roll, some metal coming your way. Local shows, we got Nile on the 3rd, which is tomorrow.
Fucking Nile, bro. Like, you need to go. Anybody's out there. Yeah, we can't go to that because we both got jobs. So,
but Nile's an interesting band. I know the lead singer has a forehead that's like a fucking mile long.
Dude, literally, you could play movies on this guy's forehead.
Yeah, you could screen something. You could. I remember back in that.
I think they're playing the new Jurassic Park 3D
when the Rays were
on
relevant
this guy's
a couple
forehead.
Years ago, and they went to the playoffs and the World Series and shit. Mm-hmm. And they had we were in Clearwater. I think we were down there for in October for my anniversary actually, and the hotel next to us had the game on the side of the fucking hotel, like on the
what
giant
the fuck,
building.
dude?
Yeah, they were just playing the World Series game. So
like
we're
in
in the
projector
hotel
and
room. Yeah, so like I'm just sitting in the hotel room. I think I was drinking like a beer or something, watching the game through the window. And then later we went out on the beach and there was the game, so we could check the score whenever the fuck you wanted.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
It was pretty cool.
Holy fuck!
You could do that on this dude's forehead.
Yeah, I think literally they're showing the new Jurassic Park 3D movie on this guy's face.
He looks like he could be in.
Like he should be a yeah, exactly. I don't
3D.
know. You think yeah, probably. Yeah. But if you're literally the drummer from Nile is the fastest drummer on the planet.
He reminds me of like old school Fear Factory. The fuck was that dude's name?
Like the guy, in order to see how fast this guy's feet move on a double kick drum, they have to shoot it with a slow motion camera. Like they can't do it on a regular camera. Like, go YouTube it. I don't care. Everybody
it's like
go
a
out there.
hummingbird. You can't see it.
Exactly. You have to slow it down. Anybody out there listening that is into really kind of grindcore, kind of metal, that kind of stuff, or even just regular metal, if you want to see a good drummer, fucking throw down. Go to YouTube. Just type in Nile drummer, and you'll bring up a whole kinds of list of shit.
Just type in Nile, and you listen.
And you'll listen to stuff, and
That's
it'll be like.
I like old school, like hardcore double pedals like that, man.
It's fucking crazy, bro.
That's how you get some blood pumping there. You want some workout music? Get something like like Nile or Fear
It's gonna make your fucking heart race, dude. That's the point of fucking working out. You're not gonna listen to Celine Dion while you're fucking on the treadmill. Go fuck her, and fucking her stupid fucking flat fucking chest and her fucking stupid music. If I hear that fucking Titanic song one more time, I'm gonna fucking lose it. I'm gonna blow my head off with a fucking t-shirt cannon, and I'm not fucking exaggerating. I hate that fucking bitch. I hope she dies in a fiery fucking car accident. Fuck her. No.
Fuck you, Celine Dion. You fucking Canadian cunt.
Do you know how much she charges for her fucking show in Vegas? For fucking regular tickets, it's like $140.
What?
Go fuck yourself. No.
It's like more than her album catalog.
Yeah, exactly. And all anybody's there to do is go see her fucking sing the Titanic song, which, if you ever read anything about it on Yahoo, she fucking hates that song. She hates doing it. She does it for the fans because
but she does it in Vegas to make fucking dough. So
yeah,
get over it.
She'll never have to work again, ever.
Yeah.
She'll never have to release another album.
The movie sucked anyway, dude.
Yeah, fuck you, Titanic.
Draw me naked. fuck that. Plow the bitch right
Is
there.
Kate Winslet hot as fuck, and would I
Yeah,
plow her
she
14
is.
ways a Sunday? Fuck yes, I would. But
Kate
it's a
Winslet,
stupid movie.
She's the type of chick where you'd wear her face to dinner with her parents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she's like immortalized
Exactly.
in that movie. I don't even know if she's done anything since. I don't even care.
I know it doesn't matter.
That's the only thing I think of when I see
only
her
thing
name.
is I saw her naked in fucking Titanic.
There you
And
go.
yes, I saw Titanic because the girl I was with at the time made me go see it. That's
That was
all.
like the only part of the movie I remember. Him drawing her titties and then him plowing her in that car. That was in the little car.
You know what I remember Leonardo DiCaprio in? Growing Pains. Anybody remember Growing Pains? It was a sitcom in the late 80s, early 90s. It was Kirk Cameron.
He was on that?
He was on that. He was like in the last like two or three seasons. He was like a
Really?
little kid.
Oh.
And like he still had the same fucking haircut, the same blonde locks falling in his face. And Leonardo DiCaprio is a good looking guy, but
Inception was a fucked movie that he
yeah,
was in.
exactly. That's a weird movie too.
Yeah. There was another movie too.
I can't believe that we went from Nile to
Escape from
Titanic.
Skullfuck Island or something like that. I don't know. That's not the name of the movie, but it's something like that.
It was like where he played a detective.
He played a cop chasing
Shutter
himself.
Island.
Yes,
that's what it was
Shutter
called.
Island.
I saw that. My ex-wife and I went to go
Skullfuck
see
Island,
that.
Shutter Island.
Because that's a real island in fucking Massachusetts. We went to go see it.
It was actually an okay movie.
I thought it was a great movie.
Yeah, I liked it.
But like, there's the only other films I really liked him in were Catch Me If You Can. Did you ever see that with
was
Tom
a good
Hanks?
one. Mhm.
Because Tom Hanks is a fucking
Tom
badass.
Hanks is the man, dude. Road
Tom
to
Hanks-
Perdition was really good with Tom Hanks in it. I love that movie.
Fucking Tom Hanks is literally a god.
I don't think I can name a Tom Hanks movie that doesn't suck, or that does suck. I should say. Everything he's in ever since Big and
Big
just
Money
Green
Pit,
Mile,
Dragnet,
Saving
Green
Private
Mile,
Ryan.
Saving Private fucking Ryan.
That movie's fucking.
I remember I went with my grandpa before he died, and he was on DDay. And fucking, I remember we went to go take him there. We went to go see the show. I was like, Grandpa, we need to go see this movie. It's about World War II. And he was on D-Day, bro. He was fucking right there.
That opening scene where they come out on the beaches on Normandy.
And there's
they
no
just drop the
credits,
fucking.
no nothing.
Yeah,
it's just
dude,
it's just 15, 20
ridiculous,
minutes of
dude.
fucking craziness.
That
And
is just without a doubt one of the best opening scenes to a movie
Ever.
ever. I mean, it instantly captivated me. I was like, holy shit, this is fucking brutal.
And then I remember we had to stop seeing it. Because he was there. He was on the boats, ready to go. And I remember we were like 10 minutes in.
Flashbacks or something.
Yeah, we were 10 minutes in, and he's like, Chris, we got to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, why? What's the matter? The movie just started. He goes, we got to go. Now.
Yeah. No shit.
And then he
believe
was such
it,
a
man.
strong man. He was a Bronze Star winner. He got shot in Normandy too. He got shot in his leg. And I remember he was so strong, but he never told me why. And I had to ask my grandmother later on. I'm like, well, why do we have to leave the show? And he's like, yeah. She's just like, think about it.
Watch the opening scene of the movie and then think
she's
about
like,
that.
he goes,
that.
He went through exactly what those guys are
He
going
saw all
through.
his buddies and shit get their heads fucking splattered across the fucking
exactly.
beach,
So
dude.
now that when I saw it, I was adult, I had more respect for that sort of thing. And unfortunately, he passed away about 4 or 5 years
Those
ago.
things when you get older, you kind of wish you were older back then, so you didn't take for granted.
Yeah.
You would have got more out of those moments, you know.
So the point of that whole tangent was respect your veterans and fuck Celine Dion. So
Some more local shows coming up. We got Taproot on the 5th. Screaming of the Silence on the 13th.
Screaming at the Silence. Now that's a band. That's another local band. They're playing at State Theater. I actually know the guy that's in one of the guys in Screaming at the Silence. My buddy Puff. He works out in Trinity. Damn good guy. I've known him for a long time. He's always in a band that's really, really badass. He was in a band called Stigma back in the day. He was in another band. I can't remember the fucking name of it was. But they were really good too. But Screaming at the Silence are a great band. I just saw them play not too long ago. Puff's a damn good guy. You can't miss Puff. He's a big dude, big long fucking red beard. Fucking, I mean, really long red beard. You can't miss him, trust me.
And then
But,
Look
that's
Right
them.
Penny. That's
Look
also
Right Penny?
the same day.
Exactly.
The 13th.
Is that the same day or the next?
Yep, same day.
Okay, that
13th.
must be in a different. Where are they playing at?
Same deal.
Oh,
I
okay.
think, yeah.
Oh, so Look Right Penny's
Still at
playing.
the
My buddy
State Theater.
Gaith. We used to work at Wally World together. He's a drummer for Look Right Penny. Fucking badass drummer. He's only about like fucking 4'8". I'm sorry, Gaith, if you're listening to this. I don't know how fucking tall you are. But a damn cool dude. We used to work together a lot as we worked overnights at fucking Wally World, and damn good guy though. He's in a Look Right Penny. It's fronted by a chick too. Like that's the cool part about it.
I never heard of them.
Well, they're really good. They're signed and everything too. I can't remember. I think they're on Byler Brothers Records, if I remember it right. Which that's probably not true. I have no idea.
Well, check it out if you like chick bands.
Yeah, but
Chick
she's
front.
the lead singer is fucking amazing.
Front
She's-
woman. I guess
front
you're-
woman, front woman, whatever the fuck it is. I don't care.
Soilwork on the 26th, which is pretty cool because we're actually doing a review on one of their CDs here in a little bit.
Exactly.
They're ridiculous. Scandinavian band. If you've never
Scandinavian
listened to
metal,
them.
bro. That's where it's at.
Yeah, they have a a really cool sound. I remember listening to them back when they had, what was it, Stab in the Drama? It was
Yeah,
a CD way
yeah.
back in the day.
And they did like a double album with In Flames too, which is
Yeah.
really cool.
They went on tour with them for a bit. Opeth is on the 3rd of May. They're a really cool band. If you haven't listened to them, there's really no way to describe them. You just have to listen to them.
Get off your fucking ass and listen to them. That's what YouTube's for, you know?
Clutch on the 9th of
There's
May.
nobody on this planet who's not a Clutch fan.
Who hasn't heard of Clutch?
Like, there's
Those
nobody on
guys
this
have been
planet who's
around
not a Clutch
forever.
fan. I don't care what you say. You like Clutch. If you never listen to them, you're gonna go like them. It's
Your
just
Clutch,
how it
you'll
is.
like it. Granted, it's completely different than Opeth, but that's
Yeah.
another good metal band right there. Good rock band, Clutch. They've been around for a long time. And then also in May on the 26th, is a show we're looking at, is Seven Dust.
We are going to that show.
So
We
these
are
are
going
all
to the
these are all
Seven Dust
Florida
show.
shows. These are all State Theater shows coming up here. And then another big one in July, actually July 31st, the very end of July, is Mayhem Fest, which has quite a few bands on the docket worth seeing. Five Finger Death Punch, Rob Zombie, some of the bigger bands, Children of Bottom, Amon Amarth,
Do you know where Children of Bodom got their name from?
Mastodon. Yeah, it was in a lake. All these kids got killed and thrown into it.
For people who don't know the story, what happened was in the 60s, these men in mass basically went into this school and took all these children hostage. It was in Sweden. Took all these kids and teachers hostage, and they took them out to the football field and made everybody dig this hole, right? And everybody was digging this hole, and then when they all got done digging it, they fucking shot them all. They shot all the kids, shot all the teachers, shot everybody, right? Except there were these 3 masked guys with these machine guns. And then the next day, the newspaper headline read, "Children of Bodom have been massacred." And that's where they picked the name from.
You always got little weird names like
Yeah.
that. Dude.
Like
The
Dimmu
Children of Bodom will
Borgir's
be there.
Dark
Amon
Fortress.
Amarth, which I gotta see.
Dude,
those
fucking
fuckers.
Amon Amarth.
Mastodon, actually, out of all these bands, the 2 bands that stick out to me, there's Five Finger Death Punch, Rob Zombie, Children of Bodom, Machine Head, Job for a Cowboy. Machine Head is obviously awesome.
Machine
The
Head.
2 bands
dude.
that I really want to see, I would go to that show just to see myself, are Mastodon and Amon Amarth.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I love those 2 bands.
Machine Head got their name
Machine Head is-
from a Deep Purple album. Like
Yeah.
the name of the Deep Purple album was called Machine
I think
Head.
there's actually another. I think there was another band. I remember seeing something about.
Like Deep
another
Purple's literally one of the
Purple-
founders of fucking metal. Like most people
Yeah.
don't know that. They only know the song "Smoke on the Water," which is the easiest song in the world.
But the guitar riffs that they played back then.
Yeah,
It
like
kinda pretty
if
much
you ask
led.
anybody from that, like from Scandinavia, like Norway, Sweden, things like that, where some of their influences were, Deep Purple's fucking like in top 2, top 3, like right under Sabbath and all that stuff. Like Deep Purple was a huge metal influence. Like
I think a lot of people don't realize too is Creedence Clearwater Revival was actually a really big influential band.
a lot of people
led
bro.
to modern rock and metal.
That's where they got the modern guitar distortion sound. Really came from the Creedence Clearwater riffs, dude. Like it was crazy because they used to they were the first kind of like guys who turned it up to 11.
If you've never listened to those 2 bands, give them a listen one day when you're
Chilling out.
eager to check out some older music and get back to some of the roots of rock. Before the ungodly fucking number of bands that there are today.
That's another thing I want to bring up too is if you're into like Amon Amarth or Seven Dust, Kill Switch, find out what bands they listen to. Okay, go find out what bands those guys are into, and then go find out what bands those guys are into.
Or what their influences were.
Influences
you can always
are, same
find out
thing.
like influences of a band.
Exactly.
If you just look up a band and then put in the keyword influences, you can find usually in most they'll have interviews with Revolver or something, and they'll say, and they'll always ask them, who's your influences, or what bands did you listen to growing up that you guys got your sound from, or what conglomerate of skull fucking mindfuck bands did you listen to that this is what came out, and bands always offer up who their inspirations
and they're more
and
happy.
influences are.
They're more than happy to talk about it too. They don't give a shit. So
That's a good way to find new bands to listen to that are old bands that you may have not heard.
Yeah.
It's funny talking about new old bands. Today I had some nostalgia myself, dude. I was going to work this morning, and over the weekend we were listening to a local radio station. I'm not going to say who. They changed their format, and the first couple of days it was okay, cool. They're playing some different music on there. It's an
music
alternative
channel.
station.
Okay.
Yeah, local radio station.
okay,
And then, a day later, it's right back to the same fucking shit. The same 20 songs that they just fucking recycled.
Bullshit.
And I was at work, and I'm like, dude, I'm fucking
stop
tired of this
listening to
shit.
local radio.
I need to go listen to some CDs. Well, I don't have a lot of CDs in my car anymore, because, most of my music is on my phone. because
Exactly.
I never listen to the radio anymore. I
listen to talk radio in the morning, but like I download other podcasts on iTunes.
I used to when I went to school or when I worked in Tampa. Now I don't have to drive an hour to go to work or school, so I don't listen to it because it's usually by the time I wake up, I'm at work, which is not really a good thing to say, I guess, since I'm driving there. But
yeah, exactly. By the time you get your shit together.
Yeah, I never listen to radio anymore except at work, and usually at work our two choices because of our reception, because we're like in a dungeon. Is,
I remember you guys are literally down in the like fucking bottom floor. Yeah,
like in the shit corner.
Oh man,
the Dove and 97X and occasionally 98 Rock will come in, dude. Yeah, that's what I gotta fucking listen to all day. So I'm not gonna harp on it.
Oh man,
but I was on my way to work today, dude. I was listening to Injustice for All album.
You posted it on Facebook today. Hell yeah!
I was like, man, this shit is so fucking good. Because I brought those CDs into work.
Yeah.
And I couldn't get the Injustice for All album to work because it's the original fucking CD that I've had.
Oh, no shit. So it's fucking probably all scratched shit.
Yeah, it looks like shit. But I had my Master of Puppets CD that was working, and I had my the first Stone Sour House of Golden Bones CD, and I put those in there, and those were working. And I think that was pretty much it. So I was like, oh, man, I wonder if this CD works. So I tried it just to see if I could get my CD player in my truck to play it. And it did. And I was like, oh, thank God, dude. And just like right away, first track, I was like, oh, man, dude, it's been so long since I've listened to this shit.
Feels like a good blowjob.
So
That's what it feels
fucking
like.
good, dude. And I was actually talking about it today at work, dude. I think those 3 CDs, and this is just my opinion on it, is Kill 'Em All, yeah, that's great. That's kind of when they came out.
You know what the original title for Kill 'Em All was?
What?
Metal Up Your Asses.
Metal Up Your Ass, yeah. I think they had a fan club named that.
Yeah, I think so.
Down the road or
if you're
weird.
obviously, like I said, this is going to be a music-heavy show, so we're going to be talking about it. So we're going to try to talk about fun stories along with it too to keep you guys entertained. But if you watched Some Kind of Monster documentary with Metallica, they said that Cliff Burton, who's literally a god, like if he's not a god right now, he should be a god, and he said like the original they were on Mega Force Records was their opening record company, some shithole fucking label, fucking where they were, and they had Metal Up Your Asses, and then when they got signed, and then the new label wanted to put that out, they couldn't put Metal Up Your Asses on a fucking CD cover. Well, they had
but Kill 'Em All's okay.
But Kill 'Em All's okay. But like no, what happened was like Cliff's like. He's like, fuck that, dude. We should just kill them all. And then like Lars is like, that's the fucking album cover, dude, right there. So
Cliff Burton, dude.
Yeah, Cliff Burton.
Those CDs, dude.
Fuck.
I still like Kill 'Em All. Don't get me wrong. That's like
that's
more
a great
thrash
record
than anything. As far as
that's old school
compared
thrash right
to
there.
The other CDs. Yeah, that's like thrash. That was like boom. Here's Metallica.
That was when them playing as fast as they fucking can and not giving a shit about what else
thrash
happened.
Was cool back then.
Yeah.
I haven't
early '80s.
I haven't heard any new thrash. I don't even know if anybody really does thrash anymore.
Well, Heaven Shall Burn, like that's another like German. that would be considered German thrash metal, but it's not like thrash metal, like Anthrax.
Yeah, it's not like go as fast as you fucking possibly can.
Yeah, it's not like Fear or like like Anthrax or anything like that, where it's fucking like it's straight balls to the wall. This is like. This is a different kind of morphed into
newer thrash
metal. Yeah, exactly.
Of course, it's hard to find a Euro band that doesn't have multiple influences.
Exactly.
But the first album, Kill 'Em All. But then you look at the other albums after that. You look at Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, and Injustice for All. Those 3 albums to me, if Metallica, I let them release Kill 'Em All because that's kind of like your EP, your break-in, if you will.
Yeah, exactly.
And then those next 3 albums, if they never would have made another album after that, even the Black Album, if they never would have made another album after those 3 albums, they would be, and then that's why they are one of the greatest bands
still
of all time.
And
I'm not saying I don't like the Black Album. It's hard to find somebody that doesn't, but to me, that represented the turning point of the whole change. Yeah,
exactly.
After that album, everything just went into a different direction. And I'm not saying I don't like those CDs. I think if you take Load and Reload and chop them up, you can make one good CD out of them.
Yeah, I think so too.
And if you take, like, I'm not even going to talk about that other fucking CD that they came out with. But Garage Days is just old music,
terrible.
So you can't not like that CD.
And they ripped off the Misfits so bad.
Yeah, it was just covers. Yeah. But it was older-esque Metallica,
yeah, exactly.
So I think that's why most people like it. But Death Magnetic was a good album.
That was a great album.
That was a good album.
That was the album where
that was the album that should have came after the Black Album.
Exactly. And Black Album literally sells 700,000 copies a year to this day.
Yeah.
To this day. That thing has gone...
I'm going to have to go buy another Injustice All album just because mine's fucking blasted.
Yeah. Like, the Black Album sells 750,000 copies a year. That album came out, what, 1988? If I remember right, something like that?
No, 90. 90? It's got to be around 90.
Regardless, fucking 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And that literally album has gone as fucking 2 times diamond, which for people who don't know what diamond is, that's when you sell 10 million plus. Instead of being platinum, it goes to diamond after that. So, like, that's fucking nuts.
And what blows my mind is that album outsold the others. Because to me, the others are better than that album. And I like the Black Album.
For the purists,
there's
those
some really good
albums,
songs on that album of Wolf and Man. The God That Failed. I love that song.
That's
if
a
I
great
was ever
song.
a professional wrestler, that would be my entrance song.
Come on to this.
That would be sweet. Or that was a good CD. Enter Sandman, obviously. Everybody knows that fucking song.
But honestly, you got to give him credit where credit is due. Enter Sandman is fucking one of the greatest riffs of all fucking time. Like, think about it. Like, I just wish I could have been in the room when they were coming up when that riff was coming about, because they did start off playing it in that key or that chord or whatever the case may be. Like that was an evolution into a riff, and like that's literally one of the greatest songs. That the riff, the build up, and then the fucking lead in, and everybody in the world, I don't care who you are, how bad you fucking hate Metallica, that song itself will get you fucking banging your head. That's the whole fucking goal.
Still one of the best songs.
Exactly, best songs ever, dude.
Fucking arena jam,
Like that's a song that you can get 50,000 people up on their goddamn feet and fucking throwing around and fucking shaking their hands, fucking all ready to go.
Everybody knows it, even the people that don't listen to that music. They probably know.
You don't have to know the fucking words of the song. You know the riff, you know the build up, and those guys are fucking 50 years old, dude, and still fucking throwing down like it's fucking like they're 20.
Like I remember, it's sad though. Is like I was making this point the other day about Trent Reznor and Nine Inch Nails. It seems like after that CD, that's when Metallica changed, and everybody kind of had their "I do or don't like Metallica anymore" phase.
Did you see when they went
Napster aside? I think that turned off a whole giant chunk of fans. But I think after the Black Album, that's when everybody kind of made their "I'm going to continue to listen to Metallica, or I'm going to be like, fuck you guys blow now."
Yeah.
Is like, it's like that's when they stopped partying and they stopped drinking.
Alcoholica.
And now Reznor, he went off the juice, so he sucks. It's like, dude, when you're a hardcore musician like that, you derive such a huge source of your artistic ability. Not that they don't have artistic ability, but they get a huge surge in creativity and expansiveness in their mind from using substances like that, and then you stop.
And then it just all falls away.
You can always tell the difference in what they're putting out. Not just musicians, but artists in general. You can always tell when somebody stops getting on the sauce. And their stuff starts to suck.
Did you see the last... fucking beer's making me fucking burp. When Allison changed their last live gig before Lane Staley passed away? Like
I haven't seen it, but I remember
Lane Staley
seeing
Unplugged.
And Unplugged? Yeah.
Okay, the Unplugged they did. And do you know what's...
That was unreal.
Metallica was in the fucking front row.
Really? During that Unplugged MTV
During the
set?
Unplugged... Did you ever notice how Mike Inez, the fucking... Or no, I don't think that's his name. Fucking Mike... Like a bass player. What he had written on it was a guitar. It was right after Metallica cut their hair. Like, they really fucking...
I remember they threw a jab at him during that show,
yeah,
didn't they?
On the bass player's acoustic bass, it says, "Friends don't let friends give each other haircuts." It's just like,
they threw a jab at him.
That was totally like the fuck you to the face, because they were such huge Alice in Chains fans.
That live set was unreal, dude.
That was fucking nuts.
That live
Even though
version of Nutshell is
best fucking ever. And like I said, I mentioned my friend Amanda earlier. She lives out in Orlando. She sent me that video of Nutshell. They opened up into, and if you don't get it's a sad song. I mean, it's just how it is. But if you don't get moved by that kind of music, or that song in general, you have no soul.
To me, it was just seeing him at that moment, knowing that's
his last gig,
pretty much the end.
And the same thing with Kurt Cobain
stuff,
and
his demeanor on stage, and just everything.
And then
you can't go and not watch it now and be like, "Fuck, man!" Now knowing what had happened,
exactly.
You look at it now and you're like, "Damn, man."
The same thing, when I remember I saw, when when Alice in Chains came out, and Man in the Box was their first deal. Lane Staley was 22 fucking years old when Man in the Box came out. Think about what you were doing when that happened. Think about how old, when you were 22, what were you doing?
Yeah.
These guys were making fucking platinum records. Like, that's, like, to me, like, that's fucking insane. I am 30 years old, and there's nowhere in fucking my lifetime that's ever going to happen to me. But even when I was 22, my mindset at 22 and 30 is completely different. Like, I'm not even the same dude it was fucking 8 years ago.
There's a lot of bands that do that now. They come out and they're just like, by the time they're like 25, they've already got like 5 records out, and you're like, fuck.
Dude, like, you're
Trivium, they were a young
exactly
band that came
like
out
when
in Orlando.
like Light the Flies came out, that guy was 17 years old. Like 17. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Like when Man in the Box Lindsay was 22, belting out those fucking out those melodies, dude. Like, that's insane to me. Like, that's insane. But like then when I saw like the Unplugged deal, you see, like, that's what heroin does to people.
Well, he had that worldliness at a young age.
Yeah.
Because of the addiction and the shit that he went through.
And plus, I'm doing all those shows and being around the world.
You read the stories and hear the shit, some of the stuff about how they went and found him, and he had just been laying dead on the couch for like 2 or 3 days and shit, and nobody had heard from him.
Pissing and shitting all over himself.
He called people, and he basically, kind of had his outs with everyone, and the band members were like, oh, "Fuck, man, I wish I would have known."
Dude, suck, yeah.
Yeah,
it was the same thing with the Kurt Cobain stuff.
We lost.
It's the same thing with the Kurt Cobain stuff. Like, I remember when I was in school, like, Kurt Cobain died when I was in middle school.
Yeah,
so,
just everybody acted like it was the fucking end of the world.
End of the world.
And I'll be completely honest, I don't like Nirvana. I never liked them.
You never liked Nirvana?
And how I grew up around people that did like it.
I didn't like In Utero album. I did love Nevermind, and I did love
Nevermind, yeah, I had that album and everything. But that whole chain of events and how it played out, and how I had people in my family that I despised that liked Nirvana.
Yeah.
And just to see how people reacted when he killed himself, and they were like, oh my god, it's the fucking end of the world. People were like mourning him and putting fucking candles out and shit. It's like, dude.
You see, he was a brilliant and gifted musician.
He was good. I just being completely honest, and I know I'll get tore up for this, dude. I never really liked Nirvana.
Before you go any further, if you want to contact Pete, the metalheadoffensive@gmail.com is the perfect way to go.
Even to this day, I hate that I like Alice in Chains so much.
Why?
I hate that I liked them because he fucking OD'd.
Yeah,
and I don't have respect for people that do that. And just because I loved his music doesn't mean that I should.
But have you heard? But you've heard the new Alice stuff. It's great.
Yeah,
William Duvall, the new lead singer, is fucking amazing.
Yeah. Oh, I still love Alice in Chains, and I still love those CDs. And Nutshell is still one of my favorite.
It will
top
be.
5,
That
top
was the
10
first
songs
song
ever. That song, every time I hear it, I had to seek out and see what that song was. The first time I heard it, I was, what is that, dude? This is fucking, this song.
That was the deepest song I've ever heard in my life.
This song is legit, dude. I got to figure out what this is, and then I found out, it was Alice in Chains.
That was the first song I ever learned how to play on bass.
And it was just such a fucking letdown, dude, when that happened, dude.
When Lane died, dude, it was fucking terrible.
It was just so fucking brutal. I was like, what a fucking dick. He's a fucking dick. To do that, dude, and deprive us. It's just like, we were talking about last time. You die, it's not you that suffer anything, or
it's everybody else.
Deal with it. It's everybody else, dude. And that's why it's so fucking selfish when people do that shit. And I'm talking from my own experience, dude.
Yeah.
My dad OD'd when I was 23, so I've been down some fucking shitty roads, dude. And it's just one of the most selfish things you could ever fucking do, because you don't suffer. And dude,
and just think about all you leave in your wake.
Yep, that music that
terrible.
We loved, now it's tainted to me. It's tainted. There's that sourness in my mouth when I listen to it, because I think about how fucking awesome it is, and now we got fucked out of getting some more because this fucking dickhead couldn't fucking.
He couldn't handle his fucking stuff,
And fucking Cobain couldn't fucking
and
miss with the shotgun.
And that's another thing.
Of course, it's hard to.
Yeah, fucking miss.
And then everybody was like, Courtney did it. And
there was that whole big conspiracy theory about how she's the one.
Became conspiracy theorists that we have today about everything. Illuminati, bro.
Fuck off.
I blame Courtney Love for all the shit that we have today.
Fuck you, Courtney Love, too.
Her band sucked.
Hole?
That's what they all should have done. They should have got sucked into a black hole.
They should all dig their own holes and fucking cover themselves up and fucking die.
What a horrendous fucking rancid cunt.
Horrible band.
They fucking suck.
Terrible. The worst part about that? It was Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins wrote most of those songs for that record.
I know.
It's fucking terrible. And Smashing Pumpkins
is the worst.
Fuck
you, Billy Corgan.
Smashing Pumpkins is one of the worst fucking bands live ever.
You know,
Like,
they're
you know-
another one of those bands where a lot of people like them. I don't like Smashing Pumpkins.
I fucking hate Smashing Pumpkins. I fucking hate them. I fucking hate them. And you want to know why? Is because nobody plays the fucking instrument on the record. You know who plays all the instruments on the record? Fucking Billy Corgan does. You know why? Because all those other people fucking
Well, the one guy
suck.
had to leave his band to go join the Perfect Circle to get a fucking band.
Yeah, exactly. The guy fucking sucks.
Wasn't it
Sucks.
Billy Howardell?
I don't even know. I don't want to know his fucking name. I don't want to know his fucking name because they suck. And all those can fucking lift up my ball sack and lick my fucking taint because fucking Smashing Pumpkins sucks. The only decent song they had was 1979, and the only reason I even fucking liked it because it was the movie Basketball. That's all. And other than that, fucking Bull the Butterfly Wings.
I only like
or-
that song because I caught Brain to it in a car, and that was about it.
Yeah, what?
Caught Brain to it in a car.
What the fuck does that mean?
Brain. Getting head.
Oh, dude,
Catching
fucking-
Brain. Same lingo, bro.
No one does.
Get on the page, dude.
Catching Brain. Well,
Catching Brain. You never said that before?
no.
You say, hey, man, I caught some Brain the other day.
I've never heard anybody fucking say that ever.
Yeah, well.
What a fucking... You're a fucking cunt, dude. Catching
brain.
Like, now that I think about it, if you're circumcised, it makes totally sense. You know, if some guy who's not circumcised looks like a fucking anteater,
You're catching burrito dick.
you're catching a fucking anteater. That's what you're doing. It's like,
So anyway, where were we?
I have no idea. We just went off on a tangent for about fucking 35 minutes.
That's all right.
So
I think we were talking
haven't
about how we
gone-
got fucked out of some good music.
Yeah, anyway, So anyway, what we were, real quick funny story though, especially talking about music and how like Mayhem Fest is coming up too. That's what we were talking about. We got off. We
This is how
started on
got-
Mayhem Fest.
How
and
the fuck we went from Mayhem Fest to
I have no
getting
fucking
pissed off
idea.
about overdoses.
But that's cool. That's almost. But that's the cool thing about this show is, I want it to be as real as possibly can and go as many different tangents as we possibly can because. Obviously, we're here to entertain, and obviously, we're here to talk about different shit. And we're talking about music and the stuff that we're into, and it's hopefully stuff that other people are into as well. But we also want to we're total fucking music nerds. Pete, you're a music nerd. I'm a music nerd. And there's nothing wrong with being a nerd. Like, I hate, and another thing is people associate that word nerd with being a fucking weirdo.
You're a nerd for something. Everybody's a nerd for something. Whatever
There's
it is, you're...
Exactly.
You're,
There's nothing wrong with being a nerd, if that's the term you want to associate with it. Like, if you're into something, be fucking into it. There's no problem if you like. I'm going to use a Dave Grohl reference here. If you like Britney Spears' Toxic song, that's great. Be into that fucking shit. I don't care. I don't care if you listen to hip hop. I don't care if you listen to R&B. It's just not my thing. It doesn't give me goosebumps on my face like the same way it does when I listen to a Kill Switch record. Okay.
when you listen to real good music, your fucking taint twitches.
Exactly. Your
no
butt
other way.
puckers. You know?
You get that like, oh, like, you get that feeling when you're about to take a fucking elusive dump that you've
Exactly.
just been kind of like
You're-
pussyfooting around for
and
like
your
a day.
butthole starts fucking
Yeah.
flaring back and forth.
You start to get the fucking pucker juices. And
Exactly.
You're like, oh man, I really got a fucking dump. It's kind of like that for your ears.
Exactly. It's eargasmic. Like, that's how I. But another thing is, like, I don't care if you're into hip hop or R&B or whatever the fuck you're into. If you're into country, have fun. It's just not my deal. Do I listen to country? Occasionally, yeah. Because I grew up in the fucking South. Okay, I grew up in this state. I spent most of my life here. Everybody hears from, you're in the South. That's just how it works. You see rednecks fucking everywhere. You listen to country. It's everywhere you go. So what? Okay? But be fucking into whatever you're into. And there's nothing wrong with being a nerd and liking what you like. Okay? If you like metal, you're going to find out everything. Like me personally, I want to find out all the shit I want to know about it. I watch documentaries. I read the liner notes. All kinds of stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. I'm never going to downgrade somebody. If you're into rap and hip hop and you're white, more power to you, brother. If that's what makes you feel
But
good,
if you're gonna do it, do it.
do it.
Own it.
Yeah. Don't be a fucking poser. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a fucking poser and just be like that. If you're into metal, be fucking into metal. If you're into rock and roll, be into fucking rock and roll. The people that are into fucking 60s doo-wop still, have fun, dude. I'm glad that you're into that shit because there's not one person on this planet who's not been influenced by 60s fucking doo-wop.
I still listen to Elvis CDs every once in a while.
I still listen to fucking Chuck Berry and fucking Richie Valens and all kinds of shit all the time. I have multiple songs from fucking the early 1960s, Buffalo Springfield, Jay and the Americans, Tommy James and the Shondells. Those are all guys that are fucking pioneers in rock and roll, and nobody ever fucking talks about them, but so what? Like, when I started getting into metal, I found out, like I said before, who those bands were into and then what those bands listened to. And like that's how I started digging their shit. And like I'm like, oh man, especially with my parents too. I'm fucking talking a mile a minute here. I feel like the Micro Machines guy. Like, see, slow down. Okay. Back to center.
Back to track.
Back to track. Okay. So anyway, Like I said, if you're into something, be into it. All right? And there's nothing wrong with that. All right? There's nothing wrong with being a nerd. There's nothing wrong with being in what you're into. Be proud of what you're into. That's my biggest message. Be proud of it. If you're into fucking skinny jeans and fucking stupid haircuts, to me they're stupid, but if they're you, they're cool. I'm happy as long as you're happy. Life's fucking a split second, dude, and there's not that much time to be fucking pissed off all the time. Be happy about what you're into. Anyway, so as we were talking about Mayhem Fest, as you know, the local rock station down here has another festival. It used to have livestock back in the day, which everybody fucking went to. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
It was fucking
They
crazy.
stopped doing it for good now.
Yeah, because too many people were getting fucking raped. That's why. So, 98 Rock has the local Tampa Bay metal station down here has a 98 Rock Fest. And I was with my ex-wife at the time. We were boyfriend and girlfriend, and we went to 98 Rock Fest. And we went to the very first one, and it was fucking terrible. It was outside. It was at Raymond James Stadium, some kind of fucking shit parking lot that they do like for overflows. I think Bullet for My Valentine played. I can't remember the fucking bands that played, to be honest. And there was like only 2 drink vendors for the entire place. One on one side of the fucking stage and one on the other. And the line ended at the one on the one side, and the line started at another. And it was just like there was a huge crisscross right in the middle. It was terrible. And then nobody used cash. You had to go get fucking coupons. Coupons. You had to go to you get up to the line, and then you didn't realize that, and then you're like, you have to go to this line over here.
Fuck that.
Like, I had to go show my ID, fucking mail out a fucking letter, and 3 weeks later, I got a fucking beer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? So you give these people coupons, and then you go fucking over here. It was just fucking terrible. It was so fucking hot. It was outside, fucking dirt everywhere. People were in the pit, and you see them come out after the show, or after the fucking bands went on, and they would just be covered in fucking dirt, bleeding.
In the mud and everything.
It was disgusting. So, like I said, my ex-wife and I, at the time we were boyfriend and girlfriend, so we went to the show, and we were there with a friend of hers, and she was there with her boyfriend, a guy named Keller, who's a tattoo artist. So we're sitting there, Keller and I are bullshitting, and the girls are talking about something. I don't even remember what the fuck it was. And this fucking drunk guy comes up to us, and he's like, "Hey man, I fucking saw your show last night, dude, at fucking State Theater. It was incredible, bro. I never seen so many fucking people get in a pit, and circle pits are great, and all this other stuff." Just going off. And we're like, "Oh, cool, man." You know, we totally played the part, because, like, who are we to spoil this guy's good time? You know, like, I'm not going to let some guy on a Drunken Fantasy fucking get let down, especially when he's at another show. Like, I'm not that kind of person. So I'm like, "Oh man, hey man, that's cool. We glad you dig it. You know, we got an extra day off on tour, and we're coming to check out these guys. We're gonna be going backstage here soon." You know, and he's like, "Oh fuck, dude, I wish I could go with you." I'm like, "Sorry, man, you gotta have laminates." And I had a fucking old laminate card that I bought off eBay, like some show that never existed, like that never even came to this. It was like an old fucking Ozfest fucking card that I bought for like $5. I was gonna turn into like a light switch cover. So I'm like, "Oh man, we're gonna be going backstage too and meeting Bullet for My Valentine and all those guys and all this other shit." And he's like, "Oh man, it's so cool." And he's like, I'm so glad I got to see you guys play last night." And we're like, "Oh dude, we glad you liked the show." And the guy's like, and me and Keller are just looking at it, and Keller's going along with it, and he's just smiling. And the guy's like, "Hey, can I get a picture with you guys?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, come on, let's get a picture, dude." And fucking we got the picture through the horns up, and this guy's girlfriend took the picture, and I'm sure like the fucking next day he's just like, "Who the fuck are these guys?"
Just looking at the picture, and he's just like, "What?"
Like, I guess I look like I guess I look like I should be in a metal band. I don't know. I had a beard back then too, so I've had a beard for
Your beard and your tattoos, and you probably had a band tee on, so.
I think I had a Kill Switch shirt on. I don't remember, something like that. I think I had Mel's got pictures of it, I guess, somewhere. So, but no, I still had a beard and all that other shit. So I've had this beard for a long time. Wow, man. Like, if I shave my face now, dude, it looks fucking weird.
I'm the same way. I have to have something.
You gotta have
Every
something.
once in a while, like, I'll go through a phase for like a couple months where I'm like, I'll shave.
Yeah.
Like, I'll slowly reduce.
You get tired
like,
of it.
I'll shave the sides, and then I'll shave the mustache,
Yeah.
and then I'll shave the goatee, and then I'll shave a little more,
Yeah.
and then afterward I'm like,
shaving.
fuck this, beard time.
I've never shaved my face again, ever. I'm not going to. Chicks dig dudes with beards, and the weird part about my beard is I have a red beard, like a Scottish beard down below, but I have brown hair on top of my head.
Yeah.
And like, I still find that weird to me. Like, when I was younger, I had redder hair up like on top of my head, and I would say I was 15.
I was actually born blonde.
That's fucking weird, dude.
Strawberry blonde.
And you have dark fucking hair.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking weird to me.
But I get like the red in my mustache and a little bit in my goatee.
But
and if I go outside, yeah, I have hair where
You
if
can
I go
see it.
outside, the sun will turn my hair red
yeah.
for a little bit. But yeah, for me to have been a blonde, I don't even look like a blonde now.
Is that you?
No.
Okay.
I have pictures of like my old grandfather that was blonde.
That's weird, bro.
Yeah,
but like chicks
it's-
dig dudes with beards apparently, and I have
I just always have a weird thing. I'm gonna wake up and have blonde hair one day.
that's weird, Hero. Like
that'd be
I've seen a lot of chicks like go after dudes with beards, and I hope that happens to me.
They love the beard. Don't kid yourself.
They
Chicks
love the beard.
beards. Dude.
Chicks love beards, bro, and I'm totally happy to suffice their fucking problem. you know?
Beard and chest fur. If you got that going on, dude.
No. I don't. No. I don't have chest hair.
No?
Like I do, but I don't let
Well,
it
you
grow
got
out.
the tattoos anyway.
I don't go like Magnum PI and fucking have it all out with my shirt open and shit. Like I'm not fucking
You don't have the
Tom
fucking
Selleck.
the hair tank top where it
No,
goes
dude,
up
I have
over
to
your
shear
shoulders and
myself,
shit.
bro. I shear myself. Like I'm a fucking sheep, bro. I have to like shear my shit. Like anybody, it's called, and whatever it's called, you can call it manscaping if you want. I don't like being hairy. Like I like myself a certain way. You know, any guy out there listening, shave your fucking balls. Okay, shave your dick, shave your balls, shave the whole fucking area. You don't have to do it fucking, down to the fucking bare skin, but it's a cleaner presentation, okay? You want some chick to go down on you. You don't want fucking Don King and a fucking leg lock in between your pants. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want fucking some Afro Thunder fucking shit while your girl's fucking taking care of you. Shave your shit, okay? I'm fucking shaving. Go out there and fucking get your shit shaved. Who cares what it is? It takes 5 fucking minutes. Go buy a fucking trimmer at Walmart for $12 and shave your shit, okay? I'm
Just
sorry.
fucking be a man and get a razor and just go to town in
Yeah.
the shower and just take care of business.
Exactly.
You got a job to do. Just fucking
Yeah.
do it.
You want to get laid every once in a while? Shave your shit. That's just how it goes, okay?
Chicks don't they don't go down there to fucking floss, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Take care of your shit.
Exactly. That's why girls take care of their shit.
That's our,
You know who we can thank for all the girls shaving their vaginas? The porn industry.
Well, that definitely helps grooming.
I think so
The
because
French tried to undo everything that the porn
fuck the
industry
French.
did.
Fuck French people. If you're from France, go fuck yourself. 'Cause I don't like anything about your country. Okay, I've never been there. I don't want to go. Okay, I hate your stupid language. But it sounds like a bunch of pussies. Fuck you. I hate your fucking language. Fuck off. I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Fuck the French.
Fuck the French. Okay,
On to the next thing.
on to the agenda here.
We're gonna do some album reviews.
Okay, we're gonna do.
This is into the meat and bones.
Yeah,
And
like I said,
only
this
an
is a
hour
music
later,
heavy
we're
show.
getting into the meat and bones.
Yeah, we're an hour in and we're already getting into the fucking stuff that's going to take fucking another
Balls
hour.
deep, and we're finally gonna get to the fucking album reviews.
Yeah,
here.
so,
All right,
um,
so Chris is gonna lead us off with this Kill Switch recap.
okay. For most people that don't know, Kill Switch had a new record today. It's called Disarm the Descent. And the more I think about it, the more that's a perfect fucking album title. And if anybody who knows anything about Kill Switch, when they had an album come out, and their very first album was called Alive or Just Breathing, which is like if you're into metal, like everybody had that album. It was like Frampton Comes Alive, basically. If you lived in the suburbs, you were issued it. It came in the mail with samples of Tide. You know what I'm saying? So, but like after that first album came out and they did a couple tours, and Jesse, the lead singer, just said, "Fuck it, I gotta go." He was with his wife at the time, and she was kind of begging him at the time to go, and he just said, "I gotta go." Like that was it. And then like they found Howard, who was in another band called Blood Has Been Shed, which is kind of a grittier type of metal. It was really weird. I listened to a couple of their albums. It was just weird.
Yeah, it's amazing how different he sounds.
Yeah,
with
it's
Kill
complete.
Switch.
Like in his old band, he never sang. It was all real screaming. It was just really weird kind of stuff. So they found Howard, and they did, The End of Heartache was the next album after Alive or Just Breathing with Howard, and they did, what was the third one after that? It was their they did one.
No, they did another one.
They did 3
there was End
albums
of
with
Heartache.
Howard.
Well, there was End of Heartache. I forget the other one was, and then the self-titled.
Yeah,
was
they did
the
another
last
one. What the fuck? As Daylight Dies.
Daylight Dies. Yep.
There we go. That was the second. That was the second record with Howard. The third record altogether. And then they did their last album was a self-titled one, even though they'd already done a previous self-titled one. So this new album came out and then Jesse came back. Howard was addicted to cocaine or heroin or some bullshit. He was addicted to drugs. I'm not going to be
He
specific.
was addicted to pussy.
He was addicted to something, okay? And they just kicked him out because those guys are not into that sort of deal, which is another thing I respect about that band. So then Adam Dukowitz, the guitar player for Kill Switch, got together with Jesse to do another album off another Kill Switch side project sort of deal. It was called Times of Grace. And him and Jesse got together and did that whole album. And I listened to the Times of Grace record, and it's fucking incredible. They got a lot of great songs. Strength in Numbers, Willing, The Forgotten One, like all really really great songs. And I was so glad to hear Jesse fucking. If you're a metal purist, Howard was great. I mean, there's always going to be the debate how great Howard was, and
Yeah,
he really
and we talked about this before. I didn't discover the band until after.
Exactly.
Howard had already been.
Did Howard bring them to the mainstream? Absolutely. But if you're a true purist of the metal of Killswitch, and if you've been a Killswitch fan since you've heard their first record, you're gonna dig this record. Like, we listened to it the other night, Pete and I, on Saturday, and they're streaming it on their website. It came out today. If you did go to iTunes and you download it from there, it's got 4 bonus tracks, which I'm gonna fucking check out.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't heard those.
They got 12. They had 12 songs streaming on the website, and then they had 4 more fucking on iTunes. So I can't wait to fucking go see. Like,
I have to get that too.
So
we sat and listened to the record.
Yeah.
And it seems like every song that came up, it was like, oh man, yeah, I think this is my new favorite song for this
exactly.
CD.
Like, every
and
song
the next
was
song
like,
coming, you're like, oh damn, dude, this fucking song, this got to be my favorite song.
And
CD.
the first song on the fucking CD was called "The Hell in Me," and it literally grabs you from the fucking moment you press play until the fucking moment the song ends. And it was just incredible, just fucking straight balls of the wall fucking metal. And to me, in today's metal fucking genre, there's nobody that does fucking screaming and fucking clean vocals as well as Jesse Leach. There's nobody on this planet that does it better. Yeah. I don't care what anybody says. I'm not being jaded because I'm a huge Killswitch fan. I've listened to hundreds of other bands that do the same thing, and there's nobody on this planet who does it better. And what most people don't know is metal. Like I said this a bunch of times already. It's not about hate. It's not about killing anybody. This entire record is about fucking personal fucking revolution and fucking being one with yourself and fucking seeing what life has taken you. And fucking throwing down on it and say, fuck you, I'm gonna go do this.
And that's why I gravitated towards this band, and another band that pops up as being similar lyrically, and as far as the themes that they address in their music is like Hatebreed. They're really positive.
Yeah. Take
what the hand's been dealt and make something positive out of it.
Unfortunately, a lot of Hatebreed songs sound the same, but the message is still clear.
Yeah.
But like, and also another thing too, if you want to get this record, I suggest you go to Best Buy, go to iTunes, download it, whatever the case may be. Don't be a pussy and fucking download it, okay? Don't do that. I can't stress that enough. If you like a band, go out and buy their fucking records. These guys barely make anything on these records anyway. They really do make their money on going to their shows, buying their merch. So just try to go buy the record. Don't download it. Don't be a cheap bastard. It's probably between $8 and $10, $12 at fucking Best Buy.
Usually you can get it on sale when it first comes out, somewhere around $10.
Usually it's like $7.99 or $9.99 or something shit like that.
Most bands make most of their money on
You
tour
spend $10 more going to fucking Taco Bell. Just fuck off. Go to Best Buy, buy
Just
the album.
don't be a fat ass for one night and go get a good record.
Exactly.
You'll thank us later.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't contribute to the decline of America. Get some fucking good music. Don't be a fat fucking tool. And go get a fucking CD.
Get off your fat ass. Stop watching fucking ABC Family Channel or fucking Jersey Shore and go to the fucking Best Buy or fucking your local fucking music store and go buy the fucking album. Okay, that's just how it's supposed to go.
And then use that energy to fucking stop being fat and do something worth a fuck in your life.
Exactly. Take that record, listen to it from fucking cover to cover, and just be fucking.
That's our suggestion for the day. Don't buy that KFC Big Bucket. Instead, go buy the Killswitch album.
For the same amount of money, you can go buy
that
a record. But also too, like if you're a fan of Killswitch, like I am, and a lot of people are, this is the record that they would have made after Alive or Just Breathing. It sounds like they picked up where they left off on the old Jesse stuff and just made what they were going to do 10 times better. And that's how I really feel. It's amazing to me. It doesn't feel forced. It doesn't feel like it's overdone, like they were trying too hard.
Yeah, it just feels like the next album.
Like this is the next album they would have came out with.
That's what it would come out with. Yeah.
Exactly. Like if they would have came out, if Alive or Just Breathing came out and they toured for a couple years for that album, and they came out with this album. This is the album that would have came out after Alive or Just Breathing.
It's like Metallica never did the Load and the Reload and the Saint Anus and the other fucking shit. That Death
if they just went from the Black Album to Death Magnetic.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. And like I said before, his razor sharp screams that literally, I think would make Hannibal Lecter fucking shiver. And
get a chub at least.
Yeah, it's fucking incredible. And that's a brilliant part of metal is it can fucking move you. Like when I listen to fucking, they leaked 2 songs before the record came out, In Due Time and New Awakening. When I listen to fucking In Due Time, I get fucking goosebumps on my face. My fucking beard hair stands up. Like how fucking my fucking pubes the way I got left fucking stand up and fucking wave a little flag like hey bang like we fucking forfeit, it's fucking incredible.
The white flag.
Exactly, they fucking put the white flag up. it's an essential kill switch in the best aspect of the word. It's another thing too that they added, that wasn't in the previous records, was dual guitar solos. They kind of feed off of each other. You can almost kind of see like, oh, well, I'm going to try this, and this guy's going to do this, and this guy's going to do this. Like that's what's cool.
The riffs were heavy.
The riffs were real heavy. The solos were fucking amazing.
Yep.
It's just a really really great record, and I definitely urge you guys to go out and grab the record. Get it on iTunes. Listen to the whole record from fucking cover to cover. Go get it on iTunes. Go to Best Buy, your local music store, whatever the case may be. Go check it out. Definitely, we would not steer you wrong when it came to fucking music. If you don't like Kill Switch, that's fine. But take the time to appreciate a good fucking record.
But if you don't like if you're somebody like me that got into them later and you're not really familiar with the
old
Jesse
stuff,
era Kill Switch, and you haven't really listened to that first album, try listening to this album. Give it a shot. You don't have to go buy it, obviously. Listen to it online. It's all over the fucking internet.
Yeah.
That's the up and down side of the internet.
Yeah.
Everything's on there.
Unfortunately, it's on Spotify. We got we got a notification.
But I think you'll be pleasantly surprised if you're a Howard Killswitch fan. There's no reason for you not to like this because it's its own entity.
Yeah, exactly. It's its own deal.
Whole different deal. I like it. I mean, like I said, I got into Killswitch later when Howard was already the lead singer, and I still fucking love it. In fact, I like it just as much, if not better. So.
Obviously, another record that just came out last week. Well, we should have reviewed it last week, but last week was our first show, so we said fuck it. Is the new Seven Dust record. Now, I've been waiting for this record to come out for a long time. I mean, I'm a huge Flaw fan. If you're into Seven Dust, you'll be into Flaw. Seven Dust has had a new record called Black Out the Sun. Their album just came out last Tuesday, so let's go ahead and Pete's got a whole deal about that. We're going to go ahead and see what Pete has to say.
Checking out the new Black Out the Sun album from Seven Dust. If you're a Seven Dust fan, you'll like it, obviously. Me personally, I loved Cold Day Memory. And going into this album, obviously it was really hyped up, so there was a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
My overall gist of it, just running down to it. Faithless, it was good. It reminded me a lot of the last album. That was a good song right off the bat.
But that's another thing about Seven Dust too, is they're always consistent about their riffs, always consistent about their music. I mean, it's not like they're taking the old songs that they didn't do on the old record and putting on a new record. It's just they keep getting better, a little bit better each time they put a new record.
Yeah, this album was definitely different than the last album. It was like it was no continuation.
By far, completely different.
Till Death, that was an okay song. Mountain had a really good guitar solo in it, had a good beat and a good vibe. That song was good, I liked it. Cold as War, that was a good track. Black Out the Sun, the title track, was fucking awesome. Nobody Wants It, I didn't like that song, I didn't really dig it. Dead Roses, I liked that song. That was a good song after the letdown before. Going on to the next track, Decay, that was a great song. I think that's why that was the first single. That was definitely the most up-tempo song. Dark AM, that was a really great come-down song after that. That was good positioning on there. That was a good song for a lonely drive home from work or something. You want to clear your head, that's the jam
trying to get right back to center.
That was a good there. So they strung some really good tracks together there. Picture Perfect, they threw that ballad in there and it kind of threw me for a loop. I would have preferred that song at the end of the album. That's just me talking.
That's your closing.
Because that just completely halts the way the CD was going. It's not a bad. I would have liked that to be like the last track.
Yeah.
Got a Feeling. That's where it needs to be, the next to last track. If they would have swapped Murder Bar with Picture Perfect on the track listing, I think it would have been a perfect album. Got a Feeling's like a really southern rock jam. I liked it because I like southern rock. It was a pretty good jam.
Like a clutch? Did it have like a clutch feel to it?
It was really it was Skinner-esque to me. I liked it.
Yeah.
It had a good southern influence, bluesy influence.
See, that's cool.
Soulful.
Because Lejean's from fucking Louisiana, so he's got that.
Yeah, so he's got that soul influence in some of his lyrics and his music and stuff. So I liked it. And Murder Bar, that was a good track. That was a good jam. I would have still liked Picture Perfect to be the last track. That was the ballad, my weird opinion. But Murder Bar was a good jam. There's about 1, 2, 6 or so good jams on this album. Some good work.
Definitely worth buying, though.
Yeah,
definitely worth picking up.
I was pleased with it. If you're a Seven Dust fan, you should like it. But at the same time, I can see some fans hating it. Like I said, I wasn't a fan of the track order. Maybe they kind of forced. I don't know. I don't know who produced this
I was
album.
gonna say I didn't look at the liner notes.
I don't think it was the same guy that did the last album, because the last album was just
it tells a story.
Once you put it in, you turn it on, you listen straight through to the end. But for whatever reason, I don't know if they did a different producer for this album or not. But to me, it sounds like it was. I don't know if that's factually true or not.
Yeah.
But I think they had a different producer for this album. But it was a good album. It was hard. They went in a harder direction on this album. Yeah, it was definitely Seven Dust. You could hear some of the Southern influences in the songs. They definitely jammed out. I liked it. It was good. It was harder a little bit than the last album, so I like that. That's kind of what I wanted. That's what I expected out of it. So
you expect Seven Dust to be balls to the wall the whole time.
Yeah, it was a good album for them. I think them doing this song after the layoff between the last album, them doing this song.
I hope they didn't hear that.
For whatever reason, this album, I should say, makes me anticipate the next album.
Yeah.
Because I think the next album is going to be good
if
they continue with their progression.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, every album's a little bit better. Obviously, the albums that Denial and Black were on were really great fucking records. But I think that
Animosity.
That
was probably like their number one album right there.
I think so too. But also too, like they're a great live band to go see too. They always put on a fucking hell of a show. They're coming in the end of May. Pete and I are going to be going there. It's a Sunday show.
26th
of May. They're coming to the State Theater. We didn't really say who their opening bands are, but definitely if you get a chance, make it down there. Kill Switch will be back in town for quite some time. They're doing a bunch of European dates, so definitely Seven Dust is going to be coming down here end of May. Tickets are $22? I think it was $22, real
20
to
25 cheap. In that range somewhere.
So I think it's better off just to buy them. You buy them from Daddy Cool Records or the record store that's down there that sells them out pretty good. So definitely go check that out. Now, Pete, did you have anything else to add?
No, I mean I think I pretty much broke down the tracks that I loved. The tracks that I really loved, I think, were Cold as War, Blackout the Sun, Decay, Dark AM, Murder Bar, and I liked Got a Feeling. I think that was a good, different song for them.
Yeah.
That kind of brought out their Southern influences, so I kind of liked it. I would like to hear maybe a little more of that every once in a while from them. But as far as the Seven Dust album goes, I liked it. I was
cool. Thumbs up.
Yep, thumbs up. I didn't have a problem with it.
Cool.
So it was definitely really hyped. So like I said, I can see how some fans kind of, if you buy the hype, it's like being a sports fan. You fucking buy the hype every offseason. This year's going to be the year.
Yeah. Well, I think the Cubs say that every fucking year, too.
For like 100 fucking years.
They haven't won the record since, like 1903, some shit like that. So, but anyway, we got one more album. We were going to do a couple more, but we're getting a little long on the tooth here. So, we don't want our podcast to be too long where it's not entertaining enough. So
I want to try and hit the Stone Sour before we're done.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and do the Digital Summer stuff.
Okay,
so.
go ahead.
Like I said, we don't really edit this podcast, so we have a bunch of stuff written down, like in notes and stuff that we took, and different things that we wanted to talk about. As far as most of the bullshit that you guys have heard, it's fucking us just bullshitting. We're coming up with it off the top of our heads. So, but another band I really want to talk about is I think a lot of people heard them on 98 Rock today, which doesn't mean the death of them, but is a band called Digital Summer. I'm not really cool about the name. I think they could have came up with a better name than Digital Summer, but it just sounds like when I think Digital Summer, I think of like Bananarama's Cruel Summer. You just hear like in every 80s movie there ever fucking was.
Or Digital Bath, a song by the Deftones.
Yeah,
for whatever
exactly.
reason that pops in my head.
So like I hear Digital Summer, but they've been on tour with Seven Dust. They've been on tour with lots of great bands, and they're a band out of Arizona. They're fucking incredible. I mean, definitely. They just had a new album come out called Counting the Hours, and they've had another couple albums before that that were released a few years back. But definitely go YouTube their shit. Go fucking find them on Facebook, find them on iTunes, and they got some really great songs like Just Run, Hostage, Broken, One More Day, fucking what is it? Whatever It Takes. They have an acoustic version of Whatever It Takes, which is really fucking amazing. It sounds like a Seven Dust track. It really does. It's fucking cool.
I think I remember you playing that for me. That was
it's just fucking incredible. And these guys are fucking like in their I think they're in their mid-20s, and they're fucking throwing down, bro.
See, all these song names that we're throwing out to you, these are songs that we like. That if you haven't heard this band, this is the stuff you pop into YouTube and check it out.
Rescue Me is another one. They got a couple of videos up on YouTube that you can go check out. Digital Summer, like I said, go check them out. Just Run, Hostage, fucking Rescue Me, Broken, One More Day. Whatever It Takes, Suffocate. Just really, really great, great band that I definitely think that deserves a lot more credit than they're actually getting. So definitely go check them out on YouTube. I'm telling you guys, Pete and I are serious hard rock, heavy metal heads. We're not going to steer you wrong when it comes to the band. If you don't like what we have to say, fine, fuck it. But at least go give them a chance. Dig some of their songs and let us know what you think.
If you don't like it.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Get some feedback. And if you got some bands you want us to check us out, throw them our way and we'll check them out. Just like we're giving you guys suggestions.
Exactly. If you want us to check out a band, review what they're going on, even if they don't even have a new record coming out, we'll go. Hit us up on our Facebook page at the Metalhead Offensive. Go to our, drop us an email at the metalheadoffensive@gmail.com, or just if you know us personally and you're listening to the podcast, go to our Facebook page, send us a message. We'll be more than happy to check out whatever bands you want us to listen to. We have no prejudices over whatever kinds of stuff that you want us to listen to. We'll be more than happy to show you, and we'll even throw down your name and let us know who gave us the heads up. We'll be more than happy to give a thumbs up to everybody who said we need to check out this band. So. Pete, you want to go over the next stuff?
Yeah, I can do my Soilwork quick hit for you on their album Living Infinite, which I believe was a double album. It was 20 songs.
Yeah, I think it was a double album.
An hour and a half or something like that. It was really long. But I will say this. It was a really good album, just listening straight through. Some of it, to me, I know everybody kind of probably has short attention spans, so sometimes when you get long albums like this, it can blur together. Tool albums are notorious for going long, but they don't have 20 songs on them. It's like 12. So it's a different way to approach a long album for them. But I think right when I hit the third song, that's when I realized this album was going to be a good album and a pretty straight ride. I got chubbed up when the third song came on, Monetary Bliss. That's a beast track on this CD. And it's kind of funny that it's called Limping Infinite because the CD seems like it's infinite and can go on forever. But I loved some of the tracks that I loved. Monetary Bliss, I fucking love that song. Vesta was a good jam. Windswept Mercy back to back with Whispers and Lights. Those were two good jams.
Sorry, dude. I had to go run a fucking piss. Beers around right there. I was like trying to set my mic down as quiet as I
heard a squeak. Squeaker going in there.
I had to piss like those fucking beers ran right through me, dude. I had to fucking we started almost an hour and a half ago. I had to fucking piss. Dude. I've been holding it for about 45 minutes.
Drowning with Silence was a good
track.
Sorry,
I didn't mean to interrupt your fucking music.
Leech was a good track. And then two of the last three tracks that I think are, these are the tracks that I think you'll like the most. Rise Above the Sentiment and Parasite Blues. So 8 out of 20 isn't too bad for an album that long. But as a whole, it was a good album. There's some really good songs in there.
If you're a Soilwork fan, I think you'll dig the album.
If you're impatient, you won't find the good songs.
Yeah.
But if you just sit and listen to the fucking album and don't let your attention span get the best of you, it's a really good,
fuck your ADD, okay?
Solid album. I loved it. I thought it was a good album.
Cool.
And touch real quick, I want to touch on a Stone Sour issue.
Yeah, Corey. To me personally, Corey Taylor's a fucking man.
I
love Corey Taylor. Like I read his book.
I like his story of how he made it.
Yeah, I read his book, The Seven Deadly Sins. That was a fucking great book. If you don't have time to read a fucking book, you can download the audio book. It's fucking half the price.
Fucking internet, man.
Yeah,
somebody will read it to you on YouTube.
Somebody will read it. Fucking, it's a fucking great book. Go check out that stuff too. Corey Taylor's a fucking. I'm not marking out to him or anything like that, but Corey Taylor's a fucking awesome dude.
We're not going to blow the guy or anything.
Yeah, I don't have any intentions
on
fucking
Taylor fans.
dragon punching his taint or anything.
Slipknot was one of my favorite bands, probably my senior year of high school in 2000. But Stone Sour has their second half of their House of Golden Bones CD came out, or is coming out, I should say, Tuesday. Actually, you can go on the website right now and listen to the streaming album if you want.
Oh, cool.
At stonesour.com/album stream. And that'll take you right to, I think it's a flash site. You can click on it and it'll stream the entire album. And just looking at it as a continuation from the last album, just one thing that popped out of my head right away is this album compared to the House of Golden Bones, the first one, the first half of the double set here, that first album was still influenced by Slipknot. You can hear the differences. He had some carried over ideas that he didn't get out, that he got out on that first album.
Record, yeah.
But on this album, this is more just straight up rock and roll. Those influences kind of disappear on this.
Well, Stone Sour was Corey Taylor's first band before Slipknot came around anyway. So,
But he's one of those guys, when you have multiple bands, you have that tendency to put different parts of yourself into those different bands.
Like Perfect Circle and Tool.
Yeah, exactly. Maynard's always said that Perfect Circle was like the feminine product of him that he couldn't put into Tool for whatever their creative differences and issues were. But this second CD is more just straight up rock and roll. I didn't hear a lot of the Slipknot influences in it. It's a good continuation of the other one.
It's just two guitars.
But because of that, I think it's kind of almost a standalone.
Yeah.
But the reason they played it into that was is that for those of you that don't know, Corey Taylor has a comic book series with Dark Horse Comics coming out called House of Gold and Bones, and these CDs sync up with that comic series that he's doing. And you can find some information online about that stuff if you didn't know about it. I know a lot of people, you hear weird album names and song names, and you're like, what the fuck was this guy on? But this actually has a rhyme to the reason, and he's doing a comic book series with Dark Horse Comics called House of Gold and Bones. And actually, in a couple weeks here, on April 17th, is when the first issue gets released. And I believe it's a 4-part mini-series, if you will. And there's going to be alternate covers, artwork covers for the series. The first issue, or the first...
So I think that's cool as shit.
The first one comes out the 17th with cover art by Jason Sean Alexander, and there's going to be a variation cover with Richard Clark as the guest artist. And then issue number 2 comes out on the 22nd of May, a couple weeks later, a month later. The original cover also by Jason Sean Alexander with a variant cover by Kyle Hotz. And also, he supposedly wants to do a film version of this whole thing that he's got working in his head with this House of Gold and Bones.
So fucking, you have no idea what's in Corey Taylor's head.
Him and Sean Crahan have their own film company, if you will, Living Breathing Films. Supposedly he wants to do some sort of film version of this.
Oh my god, I didn't know.
So that'll be really interesting to see what happens with that. I could see this turning out very Clockwork Orange like.
I think so too.
It's
almost kind of like the
really remind these CDs. If you get plastered one night or something, and you listen to these CDs with Clockwork Orange, it actually
kind of syncs up. I think.
Yeah, I can see it heading that way. But the track list for the CD that comes out next Tuesday: Red City, Black John, Sadist, Peckinpah. No idea what the fuck that's about.
Peckinpah, what the fuck?
Stalemate.
Peckinpah, you fucking kid.
Graveseed 82. The
sounds like a name of a chicken or something.
It sounds like a STD. Blue Smoke.
Hey man,
do me a favor.
I'm gonna go get some penicillin. No, I got a Peckinpahs.
I pulled out and I got a Peckinpah. The Conflagration.
Hey, can you look at this? I think I got a Peckinpah.
Where are we at here? House of Golden Blues. Dude, listening to this, I listened to it today twice on the way home from work, and then when I got home, I listened to it for a little bit just because I want to hear some more of it.
Oh yeah, of course.
First couple tracks are solid. There's a point in this CD, because I was listening to it streaming on my phone, I couldn't see what the track names were, but I think it's between 82, Uncanny Valley, Blue Smoke, Do Me a Favor, and the Conflagration. Those last 4 songs right there. Actually, House of Golden Bones is the last song. But there was a really good transition on this album between those songs. And he had some of the more, like the somber ballad type songs stuck in there.
That's part of rock and roll.
That's what he does, yeah.
That's part of rock and roll.
Stalemate was a good song. Black John was a good song. But I think it was the Uncanny Valley, Blue Smoke. I think those were the 2 where it was back to back. You'll know it when you listen to it. Because the riff at the end of the song leads into the next one. And it fucking hits you hard, dude, when it comes to that.
So it's like the Gone Somber and Absolute Zero sort of thing.
Yeah, like it's like a real somber, I'm fucked kind of song. And then at the end there's like a build up, there's like a boom, boom, and a good riff, and then bam, it fucking mindfucks.
Oh yeah, where'd it go?
It's a good transition. I liked it. I was surprised. I was like, whenever somebody does double splits like this, sometimes it can just be really weird.
Yeah, but if you do it right, it fucking comes out badass.
Yeah, but this, obviously, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
that's why he's in the position he's in.
Yeah, and we're doing this.
It was a good one. If you want to go listen to the stream version, you can listen to what I'm talking about. You can listen to some of these tracks.
What's the name of the website again where you can go stream the album?
stonesour.com/album stream. You can listen to it. It comes out next Tuesday, so this is kind of like a preemptive heads up.
Nice.
It's a good track. And then, also the heads up on the comic book series. So if you're a dork like us and you want some extracurricular
activities,
Slipknot, Stone Sour.
Yeah, if you don't feel like fucking
shit,
your girlfriend or your fucking your boyfriend, you can go do this stuff instead.
If you're burned out on Asian porn, you want something new to look at, you can go get the comic, I guess.
I'm tired of watching clowns fuck horses.
17th, the first issue comes out. These are a limited edition. probably shouldn't tell you this so I can get one for myself.
So if it's a comic, so it's a comic. Obviously, it's going to be at Newberry, like not Newberry Comics, but like there's that. Fuck, I can't. I wish I can't. God damn, I have such a bad memory.
The new store that's up in the mall.
Like the comic book stores at the mall. I'm sure that'll have them. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yancey Street Comics.
Yeah.
There we go. Yancey Street Comics.
Whatever your local big time comic book store is, I'm sure they got to have a line.
Be a dork. Go to the comic book store. They got a lot of cool shit there. Those places are locally owned and operated. We're all about the local and locally owned, operated shit. So go check that out too. That's gonna be some good shit coming up. Now, one last thing that I think we're going to talk about. We're going to give it up a little wrap here. We're almost into the same amount of time. Actually, I think looking at the clock,
we're right about the same.
We're right about the same time as we were last week.
Seems
so
like
we want to keep it
an hour and a half might be the norm for us.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I hope to God you're patient. Not that there is one, but I hope you are.
Yeah, I hope to shit too. So, usually like. I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, and they're like 3 and 4 hours long, and sometimes like if you're really not really into it.
I don't think we'll go that far unless we're
no.
like taping ourselves doing like ayahuasca in the corner or something, just tripping balls and doing some weird ass experiment.
If you want to listen to us 3 hours of fucking trip on
Some
fucking
social
ayahuasca
experiment.
and shrooms, like that's cool too. But like I said, I think what you're saying between an hour and 40 minutes, hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes is where we're going to stay in between. This is a music heavy show, so I just want to say thanks again to everybody who's listened to it before we close out here.
Check out these tracks, some of the names that we threw back at you. If you got interesting bands to listen to for us, throw us a name. We'll check it out. I was looking at some music the other day, and I came up with about 10 band names that I'm going to check out.
Yeah,
for
go to
future
YouTube and
shows
fucking be a
stuff.
troll. You know what I'm saying? And be a troll and fucking go out and listen to different bands. If you think you want us to review some of the stuff, like I said, hit us up on our Facebook page at the Metal Offensive Facebook page. Hit us up if you know us personally. Hit us up on our personal accounts. Or you just go to our email us, drop us a line on our email too. We can do that. It's the metalheadoffensive at gmail.com.
Or if you have your own band that you want us to check it out and you got some music up somewhere we can go listen to, shoot us a line.
Yeah, like on Reverb Nation, shit like
check
that.
these fuckers out. And we'll be like, all right, no deal. We'll check it. We'll let you know what you think.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll get out to the masses. We'll be more than happy to promote.
And if you're an
whatever
alcoholic and you have a lot of beers that you like and you want us to try one of those too, shoot us a line. We'll try your beer too.
We're looking for a new beer of the week every single week. I think we got a couple ideas for what we're going to try next week. We did get some lines about that today, some private lines. Nobody commented on the Facebook thing that I sent out earlier today, but oh well.
Well, we got one beer suggestion.
We got one beer suggestion, which I think we're going to try.
Yeah.
And we do try different liquor stores each week, so we are going to be doing that again next week. I think so. Everybody will be looking forward to that. We do suggest that you go out and try different beers as much as possible. If you're a beer drinker like us, you know it's always cool to check out something new. So anyway, we're gonna like I said, this week was a music-heavy show, so I hope we kept you entertained. If you're a real big music nerd like we are, I'm sure you'll be into it. But if not, I hope we kept you entertained, at least with the fucking stupid stuff that we said. I don't think we said cunt very much this time. We said cunt a lot.
I snuck it in there.
I snuck it in there a
few
few times.
If you go back, I don't know how long ago, but I snuck cunt in there. I think we were talking about Celine Dion.
Yeah, fuck her.
That's the last cunt I remember talking about.
I fucking hate that woman. I really do.
Hold as a cunt.
Like, I don't hate very many people. I fucking hate Celine Dion, and I hate her stupid fucking voice and her flat chest and her husband that beats her and fucking all kinds of stuff.
Fucking nose.
Gross. Okay,
anyway,
stupid Canadians, French Canadians too. She can fucking lick my bag.
French Canadians, yes.
Fuck her.
I have a problem with all Canadians.
Yeah, Canadians are badass.
I have a couple friends that are Canadians.
Yeah,
so
me too.
They kind of broke me in, but the French Canadians
suck.
They can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, that's even worse. Like, you're taking the worst parts of being fucking from France and the worst part of being Canadian, and you fucking mash them together. Go fuck yourselves, French Canadians. Okay, anyway, sorry. So, like I said, this is a music-heavy show, so we're glad that you guys, we kept you entertained for this long, we hope, at least. But a big theme in fucking hard rock music is fucking fucked up relationships. And we've all had them. I've had them. Pete, you've been with your girl for a while, so you probably haven't had them, but there's a lot of people out there that had them. And and one thing that I've learned in my travels is messes will find messes. And when I say messes, I mean people who suck at fucking life. Okay? People who are just...
We touched on this last time.
Yeah,
I think suck at life itself.
You suck at life. If you were if you got a gold, silver, or bronze medal at fucking life, you wouldn't medal at all. You'd be in the fucking stands watching everybody else get fucking medals. So, like I said, and when it comes to, especially for some reason, it just seems with this town. Maybe it's fucking everywhere. I have no idea. I only know from speaking about this town.
I think it's everywhere.
I hope
The
so.
population is so huge.
Fucked up.
Or so dense.
Yeah.
There's fucking idiots everywhere.
So, like I said, messes will find messes. And the reason why messes find messes is because everybody on this planet is inherently selfish. It's just how it is. You can argue with me all you want. The reason, like, I'll give you a perfect example. Why do you go and do things for other people? Why do you go to a soup kitchen? Why do you go to Habitat for Humanity? Because it makes you feel good inside. You being the key word there. Okay? You is the key word. I. Makes me feel good. Me, you, I. Those are all personal gratification experiences that we all hold sincere to ourselves, and that's the reason why we go out and do these things.
Just being completely bottom line simplistic about everything. Everybody is selfish.
That's just
Everything
how it is.
you do is selfish on some level.
Exactly.
You're not with this person anymore because they're not successful enough for you. It's selfish.
Or they don't make enough
they're
money
not
for
hot
you.
enough for you. It's selfish.
Yeah.
Everything that you do in life, whether it's good or bad, there's some selfishness to it.
And it's not a bad thing. It's a genetic thing that we
it's just
have.
a fact
Everybody
of
has.
life. It's one of those things where people don't
It's
like
a
to admit
self-defense mechanism. That's basically what it boils down to. It's a part of our fucking DNA, and that's just how it goes. Now, you got two choices in that matter. You can either accept that or you don't. So, like I said, and that's another thing with messes find messes. Like it's an inherently selfish thing because when you find somebody like that, you're like, oh, here's somebody like me. You're going to get along with that person who's fucked up and sucks at life a lot better than you would a person that doesn't do that. Like that, as you can tell, that has their shit together, has a good job, has their own car, doesn't depend on anybody, and like pretty much by society standards, has their shit together. Okay, now. But the problem with people that are like that is that when they find somebody that actually has their shit together, it scares the crap out of them. It scares the living fucking daylights out of them. And they can't take it. They won't be able to take it because they can't handle that there's somebody out there that is not like them. They can't take the fact that there's somebody out there that's not fucked up, that doesn't. And now, thanks to social media, things like Facebook and Twitter, we get to all see everybody wants to post their fucking drama and post their fucking bullshit. Okay. I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing, but nobody cares. Okay, like everybody does it. Everybody posts fucking shit on Facebook. Everybody posts shit on fucking Twitter. So fucking what? Okay, but when it's repeated constantly, day in and day out, I'm fucking over it. I'm fucking over listening to you bitch about how bad this person is and how bad this fucking
do something about it.
Do something fucking about it. Stop. I knew this girl named Jill a long time ago, and she just said. I remember she wrote on Facebook, "My life is a fucking circus." And the first words that came to mind, stop selling tickets. Stop selling tickets to your fucking show. Okay? Stop it. Okay? Because you know why? You're going to keep inviting people into your life that are just as fucked up as you are until you put your fucking foot down and do something about it. Okay? You can either keep being a fucking fucktard and sucking at life and keep rolling into those people that are that same way as you are, or you can do something about it and become a fucking productive member of society. So that's another, like I'm saying, like messes will find messes because it makes them feel better. Because now there's somebody just as fucked up, and in some cases more so than the person that you are. So that's why you'll bond with that person faster. But then a couple weeks later, you'll find something that's wrong with that guy, and you'll move on to somebody. Exactly, and you'll say, "Well, I don't feel comfortable being around you anymore. I just want to be left alone." And then 3 or 4 days later, you'll be talking to some other fuckface who's just as big as fuck up as the last guy was. And then 3 weeks from now, you're going to be bitching about how he was a fucking asshole, and now he stalks you, and you can't block him anymore, and all this other bullshit. You know why that keeps happening to you? Because you keep letting it happen. The reason why people get away with things all the time is they keep fucking getting away with it because nobody says a goddamn word. Now you can either stop doing it, and you can make an excuse all you want. It's not going to fucking matter. Okay. You need to do something about it. That's just how it is. So, but eventually, like after a while, like you'll see people say, "Oh, well, I just want to be friends and let's just hang out, and I just want to be left alone or whatever bullshit." And then 3 weeks later, you find out, like after talking to somebody for 2 or 3 weeks, they tell you like, "Hey, I don't want to hang out with you anymore," fucking blah blah blah. And then you find out a couple of days later, they're fucking hanging out with some other asshat who's a fucking complete douchebag, who's sucks at life, probably a terrible fucking person, and you're like, well, good. I hope you get eaten to death by a fucking polar bear. I really do. Because you know why polar bears? Because polar bears fucking eat people. They do. They have a taste for flesh. That's just how they fucking are. Okay? So, if that happens to you, do something about it. I'm fucking tired of watching and listening and hearing about fucking people who suck at life, bringing more people that suck at life into their lives again and wondering why it keeps happening.
Well, part of cleaning up your life is cleaning up the people in your life. A lot of people forget
do some
that
fucking spring cleaning.
they're
It's fucking
scared to
April.
have a spine and get rid of some of the fucking dick bags that drag you down.
Yeah, how many people does it take for you to fucking realize that these people keep bringing you down and you keep letting it happen? And the more times you get scared by seeing somebody who has their shit together, the more it's gonna, and then you run away. The worst things are gonna keep happening. Like to me, like that's totally fucking ridiculous. But I can understand for somebody who's a fucking mess, not to understand that. But sooner or later, it's gonna click. Like I keep bringing all these fucked up people into my life, and they keep dragging me down. But when I see somebody who doesn't have their shit together, I run away. What the fuck? Why? Like that shit pisses me off. So like I said, that's the basis of a lot of hard rock and heavy metal is fucked up relationships and fucked up people. You know, people suck.
There's a lot of
people
that.
suck.
There's a lot of inspiration around, definitely.
Yeah.
If that's what you need.
Yeah, exactly. If you want to write a song about fucked up relationships, Newport Richie's the place to go. So anyway, it looks like we're about an hour and 38 minutes. Holy fucking A, dude. So I think we're going to go ahead and close off for this week. We're going to be doing a new beer of the week next week. We haven't really decided what next week's show is going to be about because, we haven't really thought that far ahead. So, but next week's show should be entertaining. We're going to try to get some different shit out there for you. And sorry for anybody who listened to me rant and all that other bullshit. It's just what I do. I have random thoughts throughout the day at work, and I fucking write them down. And sometimes they're good, and sometimes they're not. So.
And in between it all, we listen to music.
Yeah, and in between it all, we listen to some hard rock and heavy metal and throw down when we can. So, for everybody out there, we're glad you spent this time with us, and we're glad that you let us fill up your day. Like I said, if you want to contact us, you can check out our Facebook page at the Metalhead Offensive. You can check out our YouTube channel at the Offensive EvoCast, or you can look up the Metalhead Offensive episode 1 or 2. The episode 2 should be up tomorrow. You can look any of that stuff up and feel free to drop us a line. Or if you know us personally, feel free to message us both either way. So, all right, I think I'm out, Pete.
My only parting thought for you all is that I would rather go balls deep in a meat grinder than watch a Tom Cruise movie.
As always, we like to end the show on a positive note. I would rather stick my balls in a meat grinder than go to a Tom Cruise movie.
Yeah, I think that sums it up.
Yeah. Or watch like a Ryan Gosling film.
I think he fucks aliens.
Or anything like with the Notebook.
Can you fuck an alien?
Not yet.
Tom Cruise does it.
What, in Battlefield Earth? No, that was John Travolta.
I think he has to pay to fuck an alien. I think that's part of Scientology.
Fucking Scientology. Fuck you, Scientology assholes. I fucking hate you. When I was a kid, I used to go down there and ask them for aspirin because I don't know any fucking.
We used to drive by with alien masks on.
Oh, yeah.
The building in Clearwater.
Too bad they own most of Clearwater.
I know.
So, anyway, all right, guys, take her easy. Peace out.
Balls deep.
Balls deep!